hour.
They have been lifting mandatory regulations
like
in
5
some
people and say,
areas far south
Yeah.
enough to maybe be
And I know they say they're getting, polls are getting more expensive
flooding
to
remains a top
actually do.
concern across the region from the storm surge and heavy rain.
it should be easier if they're going to use social media.
I don't think social, well, I shouldn't say that because I don't know.
Dr.
It's not
Bob
reliable,
Arnold
maybe
for
not.
Salon Paws. I'm training for the world's most grueling paddleboard race.
But Tom, that's interesting stuff with, it's like when you got the media behind you, how do you fight it?
50 years in medicine has taught me what to look for in a pain reliever. Powerful, tonic, non-addictive, and available without a prescription. I found it in Salon Paws Lidocaine Plus. It has 2 powerful anesthetics that numb nerves right where it hurts. Salon Paws is the relief.
I'm assuming here today. Ooh, I can't use this tall chair.
You want this one?
Yeah, I got the short. This is never be able to see over me.
Hey, we're up.
Mike,
Hey.
Talk different.
Oh, have you seen your thought?
Oh, yeah, you had a good beard. That was,
oh, okay. Oh, he shaved. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
That's been a while.
Isn't that funny? It's such a big deal. Yet people don't recognize when I did. Well, women, how come I don't like cold?
When I'm saying that,
Shouldn't have, should we?
I mean, mine is going down to my third button on my shirt.
There's no microphone plugged in.
oh, where it better be. Let's get you right here. Oh, oh,
Yeah, that's what I said. Nothing's plugged in.
sure.
Great side with a family practice. I went to see him. I'm so excited. He's got X-rays on the side.
Okay.
Can you need big or little?
Either one.
This hands-on evaluation, $50, and then the adjustment.
My wife has an appointment to come see you next Thursday at 6 p.m.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, she,
Schedule online?
Yep.
Okay.
On August 11th, she was a real serious bicycle accident.
Wow.
Traumatic brain injury.
Oh, this just happened?
On August 11th. She was in the hospital for 3 weeks. She's out. She's doing great. But just being flopped on the ground. Elevator doesn't work. What? Well, elevator couldn't work just now. That's before
They did have a fine fixture
It is
free.
when I use.
Yeah.
Can I show you your finger? What it feels like?
See it?
Right?
What does it say? Did it say fine fixture free? Did they actually copy that?
I don't know. It says it at the bottom. What does it say?
Well, this is the
It says official coupon at the top. It must be official.
Who wrote that in there? It feels expensive. Who wrote that in there?
Me?
All that picture.
Apology accepted.
It's not a fine fixture free.
No. You said $90 drink
No, I did
special.
not say.
No,
I
he said
said
fine
they
fixture
did not
free.
have a fine fix or free. That's exactly what I said.
According to that, there is no special.
They did not have, it doesn't say 90 or free. It doesn't say that. It doesn't even say 90 free.
But that's not what they're complaining about.
What are they complaining about?
That they weren't going to do it for $90.
Why?
Because it was over 2 inches.
That is kind of
Did
weird.
they say that in that? Yes. No, I mean, did they ever say that in that?
Not in that, no.
Video.
But the next company that came out with it,
They basically said that's only for
I've been working with
2-inch drains. If they've got to go to the main, it costs more.
some good research.
And they quoted 600.
She jumps on a bicycle.
where they really screwed up, they ended up paying $6,100 because they had to dig out.
They ended up doing the whole thing.
They had to dig a hole down there and look at the cleanup drain.
Yeah, George,
So that company got
back down.
Christine got it into the right
And
hands.
took the
She's not answering
$6,100,
questions
everything,
on
the camera,
Gilbert's
don't know whatever,
situation.
took everything
She is
out.
here to say, hey, if you have these problems, here's what you do.
Oh,
If that's okay.
We're very lucky that she's.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. This hour brought to you by Revitalized Health. We talk about all kinds of good stuff, whether it's buying and selling, healthcare, motor vehicles, legal issues, accounting issues, whatever your problem, give us a call. And you can get right through usually in the beginning and toward the end. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'll let you know whenever a line is open at 303-713-TALK. So let's talk about Revitalize Health. People have asked me, Tom, where do you get BioT? Because they've heard me talk about BioT. Now, BioT is really a way to balance your hormones, optimize your hormones, not just testosterone, but estrogen and other and some thyroid issues. Whatever you have, they can handle it. Plus, they do other age-fighting therapies, including cosmetic procedures. They do microneedling. They do a Juvederm, Botox. They do Kybella, whatever. But here's the deal. If you're looking for a blood test for your hormones, to get your hormones optimized, you want BioT, Revitalize Health, 720-361-2302. You don't have to call me anymore. So many people have called and said, Tom, I know you do this, the pellet therapy for the most natural delivery of hormones. I know you do it. Where do you go? So you don't have to ask me anymore where to go. Go to Revitalize Health, and it's Hormone Bros. Now, there are three brothers, okay? And they are healthcare providers. One of them is the manager, the practice manager. And you can go there, and they're three brothers, cool guys, great guys. They work together as a family, so I call them the Hormone Bros. I just think it's cool. So that's how you can find them, thehormonebros.com. Of course, it's called Revitalized Health, hormonebros.com or thehormonebros.com, 720-361-2302. What's on your mind today? Of course, we talk about all kinds of stuff, and today we'll talk a little bit about chiropractic. Dr. Mike Hederscheid is with us from Bright Light Chiropractic. Gilbert, though, he wants to give us a follow-up on some senior housing issue. Can you, what were you calling about, Gilbert?
Well, basically, I was calling because of the parking issues at the University Plaza apartment. It's a senior housing environment, and there's not one handicap parking.
You know, when you said that, we couldn't believe that, because I think in order to get building permits, in order to get occupancy permits, in order to get any kind of zoning, in order to get any kind of special use, you have to show you have proper parking. So how did a place get approved without one handicap spot?
I have no idea. I just know that the building has 34 units, and they only have 17 parking spots.
And not one handicap spot?
Not one handicap spot.
That seems... did you look into this, Daphne?
Yes, I did.
Well, is that true?
Yeah, there were no handicap parking spots.
Well, how is that possible?
I'm not sure, but we turned it over to the right people, and I think...
Who'd we turn it over to?
I got in contact with the media relations at HUD, and she got it into the hands of the correct people, and they notified them, and they are designating a spot and putting up a sign as soon as possible.
One spot for 34 units?
I guess one spot.
Well, better than nothing. But now, why do we have someone on from HUD?
I thought it would be nice to have her come on and let people know what it is they need to do if they have a grievance. Okay.
All right. That's a good idea. So, Gilbert, I think we're going to be addressing that. I don't know if it's going to solve the problem, but we're going to come over and visit that parking lot. Christine Bauman is with HUD. She's public affairs specialist. So, Christine, when people have issues, do you handle these kinds of issues for housing?
Yes. Hi. We do.
Is it only for public housing, for HUD?
We handle fair housing complaints under the Fair Housing Act. So just a quick overview of that. It prohibits discrimination in sale, rental, and financing of housing on the basis of race, color, religion, national origin, sex, familial status, and disability.
Okay, now, so that's all under the Fair Housing Act. Doesn't matter if it's a HUD project or not.
It does not.
Okay.
So it can get a little confusing when we talk about what qualifies, though, under this law.
Yeah.
And every case is a little different. So if anyone thinks that they have been subjected to less favorable housing conditions because of their disability or any of the other groups I mentioned, they can call the Colorado Civil Rights Division, or we have a HUD hotline, and that's an 800 number.
Can you give that out?
That's 800-669-9777. or you could go to our website, which is hud.gov, and that's hud.gov.
That's easy. HUD.gov or 1-800-669-9777. And that is for the Fair Housing Act?
That is to call if you feel you have been discriminated against in housing because of your disability or race or your color.
Okay.
And then based on the information that you provide during that intake process, they'll determine whether there's a basis for a formal charge, investigation, or they could even make recommendations on steps you can take to resolve your specific situation.
But that's a good place to start. Suzanne, we ought to put that down for us, too, in the future. That's a great angel to have. Now, so in addition to the Fair Housing Act, what else does HUD do for people?
Oh, well, we do a lot.
I mean, like, for example, for this handicap parking thing, is this a complaint you would take?
Yes, this is something that we could take. Like I said, every case is a little different, so we would have to get more information on this case. But there are opportunities to request reasonable accommodations in this situation. It would be a parking spot for a person who needs access in close proximity to their residence or their unit. So we could take that complaint and, like I said, we do an investigation. We see, what the situation is, and we can either make recommendations or we can file charges or investigate further.
Can you tell me some of the common confusions and what you don't handle? Because, I mean, HUD is a all-encompassing housing and urban development. I mean, goodness gracious. And I understand the Fair Housing Act and discrimination. But is there anything that people get confused about that you want to clear up, that you don't handle?
Well, I guess I might say if a landlord is just not nice, or if you don't like the way that they deal with their tenants, that's not really something that falls under the law. So that's something we can't. Or
raising rents.
Well, that depends on the program. If it's HUD subsidized, it depends on the program, and it depends on the lease and everything like that. But we can give that information if people have questions. They can check out the website, like I said, or they can ask us.
How about service dogs?
That is another section of fair housing. So those are complaints that we take too.
Okay, about service dogs and service animals. Thank you very much, Christine. So, Fair Housing Act issues and other issues with housing, 800-669-9777. That's good to know. Or HUD.gov. And really, most of the government organizations have the .gov designation. Appreciate that. Rob, what's happening, Rob?
Hey, Tom.
What's going on, man?
Not much. I just had a question, and I've heard you talk about this before, so I just kind of wanted to get your opinion on it. I live in Colorado Springs. We got hit with that hailstorm a couple months back.
Yes.
And I had a guy come knock on my door. He does roof replacements and all that stuff, and he wanted to take a look at my property. He got up on the roof and said that we got some hail damage up there. The roof's about 2 years old. And he wants to take over from there, call my insurance company, and kind of take over the whole process. But I've heard you say different things before.
Here's what I've said. I've said, do not select a roofer based on the fact that they knocked at your door. That doesn't mean you exclude them automatically. For example, if they knock on your door and they want to check out your roof, I don't see a problem with that, except I would not sign anything. If you sign something, they sometimes trick you into a contract or an obligation. So if they want to check out your roof, fine. That's fine. Then I would demand from that person a complete and detailed estimate with prices. Then I would call other roofers and ask the same. If a roofer says to you they want to take it and handle it with the adjuster, I would not use them. I also would not use them if they say, don't worry, whatever the insurance company wants, we'll take care of. Because the insurance company doesn't always want what you need. So I want a roofer who will put their name and reputation and experience on the line to write a full and complete estimate and then you call the adjuster, and then you find out what you need, and then you compare the two, and whatever roofer you select, that roofer can fight for you with the agent or with the adjuster. And then if things are really, you can always get a public adjuster, it's called. Mark, I know, is that what you were going to say?
No, the easiest...
Public adjusters sometimes...
Public adjuster's great, there's no doubt.
If you have more than just simple roof damage.
If you have siding, anything else. But the easiest thing for this guy, in my opinion, is you call Jay Bretz at Excel Roofing,
well, of course,
where you don't pay a cent until you're content.
I mean, that's an easy way, but I'm talking in generalities now, how to hire people. If you go to our referral list, you have somebody come out, they will give a full and detailed estimate. Also, I would not hire anyone until I compare people, and I would not give any money up front just for the hell of it. Now, that doesn't mean I think you have to wait till the end to pay. That's the way Excel Roofing does it, but it's totally appropriate for roofers to want something when they start or deliver materials and halfway through and stuff like that. But that's up to you. So did this guy have you sign anything?
He wanted me to sign his contract. I told him no. I
Good.
Say don't sign anything.
And was the contract detailed with pricing?
No.
See? Then he did it the wrong way. And I hope he's not on the referral list, because that's the wrong way. You don't give people blank contracts.
We got Petrali, Excel. We've got great roofers.
Great roofers in Colorado Springs. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Speaking of roofing, Cam Solar, if you have a solar system on your place, Cam Solar can go and remove it and put it back on for you. They provide that service. Of course, they also sell solar systems, and people own them. No money out of pocket. You do it completely with tax incentives and credits, and then low monthly payments on low interest loans to own the system in just a few years, but you save money from day one. To find out if your lot will produce a lot of solar along with your roof line, they will do a free analysis for you. There's no obligation to do this. You should do it to see. And it's gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter to get this analysis. gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter.
This report is...
Okay.
For the first time this morning, the drive
Now, what's it
down
do?
on the highways is starting to improve.
Is it laid? It looks like it's laid along the spine.
Cleared off the highway, all lanes free open.
When I adjust, you mean?
Yeah.
What is it exactly doing to the spine?
Yeah.
So we have, one way of putting it is if you have a bone shift like this,
Have that cleared out of the way. One crash off highway and cleanup stages.
it encourages the body to put it back where it needs to go.
Oh, okay.
And if you believe that,
No, I'm just kidding. Well, my wife's got an appointment with him in 2 weeks, so.
yeah, no, you know what? She's going to be very happy.
Yeah, she's been happy with chiropractic, but our friend chiropractor was,
Keep your car running new or
he
longer.
was best friends with his wife. She passed away and he remarried in 2 weeks.
Oh, so she,
in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, with kind of everybody that.
How did he adjust?
You know, I don't know. I actually went to him once. I don't remember.
Standard.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't remember anything different or unusual. But, yeah, that was.
Did you guys know, listen to this stat. This is baffling to me. 25% of the population in the U.S. right now, 25% was not alive during 9/11. 25%. Isn't that staggering?
it's totally staggering.
It's staggering. 25% of people were not alive. They were born after 9/11.
And then some died.
And, of course, died. Of
Even though
course.
this population represents 75%.
That were alive. That is such a fast turnover. It's staggering to me.
You know, I was hearing today that next
Isn't that
year.
crazy?
illegals too?
Fox News.
Yeah.
Daphne told me. Just kidding. No, I heard it this morning. They were talking about, and it's very true, they were talking about why they replay and they ring the bell and read the names off, why they do that. The reason they do it is because the generations die so quick that people literally remember like they were there because they hear it every year.
That's not even a full generation.
Listen,
No,
I need
but
to make a phone call.
No, I know.
I need to make a phone call, Mark, and you may have to take
Go ahead.
just a little time.
It's fine.
Okay, I'll let you know when. And do you know where the complaint stands? That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving details, but you know where it stands, by the way.
On what?
On our complaints.
No, did he,
No,
do
I
it?
was wondering.
No, he's still working on it.
Does he have to wait for you?
No, God, no.
No, because didn't he say we needed stuff first, the declarations?
No, we don't need that stuff
For filing.
for filing, not at all.
Starting next year, we'll have people in the military over in the Middle East that weren't alive. 9/11 happened. They weren't even alive when it happened. That's God, we need to get out of Afghanistan. I know. Been there 17 years. Well, 18 years old there next year that weren't even around when it started. This is terrible, terrible. I know, we're getting on another Vietnam.
It's always going to be that.
Now the Russians
To learn from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25%, man.
That means we do got a pretty healthy birth rate.
The birth rate's got to be crazy. I don't think the death rate is at.
So that's in less than 20 years, 25% of the population has been born. Or
17 years.
17, yeah. 17 years. That is.
The churn is crazy.
That's a big churn.
When they said that, I was sitting there going, can that be true?
What's 4 times 17? 34, 68. Yeah, because it's getting up to about average.
I didn't realize how many cops and the fire and first responders got cancer and died. They were given pretty staggering numbers today.
Oh, really?
Oh, thousands have cancer and 300-400 have died that were directly related to,
The dust and everything.
And when they show those pictures again, oh my God, they are covered in layers of dust. They look like ghosts.
And everything will be in that dust.
Hawaii is what time right now, Mark? Do you know? 3 hours?
I want to say it's 4-hour difference. Suzanne knows for sure. Hawaii's 4-hour difference from here or 3? 4.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Budget A1 transmission and auto repair. Remember the name for budget and for repair of your transmission and your whole car. But here's the deal, $149 for a transmission service. Now listen to this. They will pull the pan, the filter, change that filter, all the fluids, belts, hoses, linkages, check everything, make minor adjustments. If there's anything wrong, you get a full written report. You'll never pay more than $149 if that's what you want, the service. If any issues arise, they will credit you the full $149 toward any repair. It's a deal that I don't think you can pass up. On Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. Budget A1 transmission auto repair there, 30 years. On my referral list from the very beginning, Mark Machowski, I know personally. 303-781-9858. And at any other time, if you go in there for auto repair, it's 1 hour of free diagnostic always. So you never go in there with an obligation. 303-781-9858. Budget A1 transmission on auto repair on my referral list at referrallist.com. And keep in mind, please keep in mind, all of the commercials are part of the content here, which means that you have a right to call me and ask and take me to task on anyone we advertise about. Please. Now, I have Dr. Mike Hederscheit with us here in the studio. He brought a hand activator with him that he uses for adjustments, and he does, of course, he's a full chiropractor. And as I said, I love him because he does chiropractic for the whole family. So many chiropractors nowadays are polluting their industry and just not doing chiropractic. So to get an adjustment, to get x-rays, to get evaluations, it's hard. And he is a pure chiropractor, and he's at County Line and University, roughly, and we'll be talking to him. So feel free, Dr. Mike, to chime in. If people have any questions, I'll have them call. I always save a few emails. When they hear my commercials, people email me a lot. And one of the things they email just quickly is, why did you call it bright light? I'm just curious. And we had an email on it.
That's great. That's a really good question. So there was kind of the idea behind the bright light was kind of that bright light of health, or the beacon of health. So if someone's looking for some kind of guidance towards being healthy.
Okay, cool. Like a lighthouse.
Yeah, like a lighthouse. Another part of it too. I was going to originally name it Bright Light Heddershite Chiropractic.
No.
Yeah,
that would have been bad.
And then I changed that. Yeah.
.com.
Yeah. Bill, what's going on with you, Bill? We have lines open at 303-713-TALK. 713-8255, and I'm also going to dip into my mailbag here. Man, do I have some emails that are doozies, and some of the answers are so good I don't want to just keep them. I want to actually share them because they are bigger issues. Go ahead, sir. What's going on, Bill?
No, I just got a quick question. I'm all done with the hail stuff. You know,
I know you had Golden Spike,
right.
You said, and also you got this American Family Insurance, which sucks, and I hope you're going to change.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I remember everything.
Should my agent have been involved at all?
Well, at Compass Insurance, they're brokers, not agents. Now, an agent, well, they are agents too. But what I mean is, they're not captive agents. Your American Family agent was captive, meaning he works for American Family only. He doesn't represent you. But here's the deal: should he have been involved? It depends. If you had any issues, yes, but you don't need them involved. For example, it's not necessary that you get involved with. That Compass gets involved in every claim, but I always call Compass and say, hey, help me out if I have an issue, and then they do a lot for me. I mean, I've always said this, that I think...
Well, I'm going to switch.
I think insurance people are the least paid people in the world for their services.
I'm going to switch. I just waited for this to settle out.
Yeah.
Well,
now they may tell you over at Compass. They may tell you over at Compass. They may say, you know, because you had this claim, it may not be wise to switch. But the great news about the insurance checkup, there's no obligation. When you call over at 303-996-9000, when you call over there, they will compare and tell you the truth. They might say, hey, sit put for a year, or maybe we can change you to this company or that company. They will let you know for sure. But it may not be advantageous right after a claim. I'm not sure.
Okay, so do you want to test your memory?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This was at Mark.
Keep in mind I'm 65 now.
Well, I'm a year older than you.
Okay. You sound like
at
an old
Mark's
farm.
Mountain Peaks when he had the...
when he had Mountain Peak, yes?
When he had the Internet Cafe?
Yes.
And I ran into you, and I told you something. What did I tell you?
Oh, my God in heaven.
I like this guy.
Come on, man. Like, you ran into me and you told me something. My God.
I told you maybe we're related because my mom's maiden name is Montanito, and it may have gotten changed.
Oh.
Don't remember?
I don't remember that. Now, hold on. I'm good, but not that good.
Okay, well, that was...
Montanito. Well, first of all, my name's Martino. My mom's...
I know. But
my mom's maiden name was different.
It might have got changed with the paperwork.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, actually, Martino did. It's DiMartino was changed to Martino, then changed to Martin. I mean, so a lot of the Italians who are Martin were Martino, and a lot of the Martinos were DiMartinos.
Were you a DiMartino?
I don't know. I think sometime they all were because it's just a designation for Martino. And so I think and a lot of Italians, when they were coming into the island, they were told to, Americanize them. Not the officials didn't say that. But the officials said, what's your name? And you'd give them your name. And if they didn't understand it, they just wrote something down, and they said, this is your name. And you went with it. They put it on your paper. And so if you had a complicated Italian name, I'm trying to give an example. Let's just give an example like Marciano, and they say, they might put down Marshall. I mean, and they say, that's your name. So that's how that happened a lot. 303-713-8255.
I served a bum yesterday.
Okay, what bum and for what? We have lines open. People listening, go ahead.
Thornton Auto Care.
Yes.
So they basically took a lady's money. He went out of business in the meantime, though.
Yes.
So I had to track him down in Parker.
Now, what was it for?
You know, I don't remember exactly why she's suing him, but the bottom line is they took money and didn't do anything to the car. I think they even caused more damage. I didn't read the complaint as well as I usually do. But I used Clint's trick to serve this lady.
Oh, man, it's a good one.
It's a great trick. So as I'm pulling up to the house, they have a gate, but luckily it was open. The woman's walking back into the house, and I said, hey, is so-and-so here? And she goes,
and you have a box.
I don't have the box yet. It's in my trunk. She goes, who's asking? I said, well, I have a package for him. It's for either Bob or Robert. And she's like, yeah, he lives here. So then I pop it. I open the box up, and I say,
no.
well, please hand this to him. You've been served.
Oh.
Guess what she does?
What?
She gives me the bird. Can you believe it?
Really?
She gave
Is she
me
an
the
old
bird.
lady?
She was not a super old lady, probably like your age.
Wow, and she gives you the bird.
Gave me the bird.
Well, that's
very
terrible.
disrespectful.
Hey, Tom, Mark, on my notes, she had taken, Lana had taken her vehicle there to Thornton Car Care for a transmission flush. They had the vehicle for 4.5 months. They put 2,300 miles on it.
That's
tore
right.
the seats, left personal mail items in the car, and got a parking ticket on it, and a Toll Express ticket. So that's the sum up on that.
Imagine that company went out of business, what they did.
Oh, they're out of business?
Yeah, but we served him individually.
Good.
So we'll see what happens.
Good. 303-713-TALK. Plumline Services is offering right now half off AC with the purchase of a new furnace, and we're getting into the fall. You should do it now before there is a rush, and you can upgrade the AC at the same time. In fact, that is advisable. You should not pair a new furnace with an old AC or a new AC with an old furnace if they're really a lot of years apart. So right now, you can get the whole system plus 0% financing for 12 months, 10-year parts and labor warranty, and utility company rebates of more than $1,500. Plumline Services, 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com. And they give you free second opinions for all major repairs.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Had an address that said like apartment 250.
Oh, that I couldn't tell you.
This didn't mean anything.
No, but his name was on. I went to.
And you served her.
I served her, but she acknowledged she lived there. I'm sure that's the wife.
That's
But I put that right on. I mean, I don't. When I serve someone, I put down exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if it was a minor, it wouldn't be allowed, for example. But it's evident this old broad was not a minor.
Do you want me to do her, right?
Remember when I called that lady an old biddy and she fucking complained for an hour?
That's what you want.
her.
Okay. No, that's what you wanted. That's the picture you want me to put in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see her actually. Well, you can't zoom in. Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, that was cool. I don't know what you did. Why'd you screw that up? Let me see something. You can see her holding it in that hand right there. Yeah. But right before I snapped that, she did this.
Oh, I thought she actually gave you a bird.
Oh, she did. It was a parakeet.
Like a parakeet?
Parakeet.
And you love parakeets.
I was like, man, thank you.
I eat parakeets.
Yeah, that's pretty good proof.
It's the true chicken of the sea. Would you, if you could grow a chicken with 6 wings and 4 drumsticks, would you not do it if you were like KFC? I mean, think of all the money you'd save.
And 3 breasts.
3 breasts? There you go. Wouldn't it be great?
Especially KFC, I mean, they run
Well, what, it's already been done.
Oh, kids love that chicken.
Just the
It's already
worst in
been
the world.
done. On turkeys and stuff, what's his name does that turkey thing, and he's got 6 legs on that.
That's like when Kenny Rogers opened up
Who?
the grocer.
Yeah, Madden does it.
That's a turducken. That's a duck.
Mark, there's
No.
a special event tomorrow night.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's mandatory or not, but it's for talent, and they specifically named people.
Yep.
In fact, I don't even know if I can bring Stephanie.
Yep.
And it's downtown, it's for clients.
Yep.
Ross said it was mandatory for him. Yeah. But yet again, he told Ken Moon, you don't have to drive up for this. And apparently, it's not mandatory for everybody. But I need to find out. But I also think it's for new clients, and there's a bunch of clients, potential clients going to be there. I would like to ask if you can go. Would you be able to make it?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow downtown, tomorrow night. And you got to dress up. Okay, so I'm going to just find out several things. First, if I can even have you, and then if it's mandatory. But let's find out, because I think it's an opportunity.
You think so?
Yeah, I got to ask Jeremy. Or you actually? I was going to try to call him.
Affordable interest mortgage has been offering
the asset manager all-in-one for over 11
It's funny you ask that. The first
What
thing-
is Jessica doing now? Is she like Jeremy's equal?
She asked the same question.
How's Jeremy?
But yeah, at first,
He's way more active.
I wasn't kidding. I was
way more active. But remember, she was out so long because of her the baby.
Remember
I mean,
I just
he didn't replace Jessica.
That's just complicated. People
Oh.
It's going to be hard to remember.
I thought you were talking Crystal.
There's some ways, because it rhymes, it might make, I don't know. I would have a hard time saying yes or
And then
no.
my sign was like gigantic.
Charged by the letter.
I'm charged by the letter. Yeah. So if people ask, you should just tell them, oh, yeah, how do you say your last name? Well, it's just like the company name, like Bright Light, and it rhymes with Entershite. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Rhymes with light.
Rhymes with light, yeah.
God, way back a long time ago, CU used to do last name first name. And my name, real name's Ronald Clinton Webster Jr. There's a senior, there's a third, there's a fourth. There's a whole bunch of us, so I use the middle name. But they would cut it off with so many letters. My name always said Webster Rona, R-O-N-A. It just stopped there. I'm just asking you. I got put women's gym.
Yeah, I mean, do you think there's anything there for us?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, because the name was...
Yeah, cut off with Rona. It happened a couple times.
You named after Bill?
Let's put it this way. I don't want other shows going. I don't want to be the only one not.
Actually, I resented it.
Well, you're going, right?
Well, if I go, I want you to go.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not important either, if you're going, I'm not going to delegate it.
Yeah.
And I also don't know, can we bring +1? I don't even know. I mean, in addition to the principals. I consider you a principal, then can we be your guest? I don't know if it's just for the talent or for their wives.
Can we even get email on it?
Oh, yeah. They
Everyone's ashamed. Well, we all just got caught looking at somebody else's page. Well, nothing ever went quite exactly as we planned. All right.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Debbie. Debbie, hi, what's going on? Hold on one sec. Buy and Build, by the way, Buy and Build, because she reminded me of doing stuccoing, they have an auction coming up, and I want you to mark the date. It's September 13th is when it starts. Now, Buy and Build has crazy deals anyway at 4800 Washington Street, okay? Like on floors and hardwoods and tile and cabinets and granite slab and anything you want to do for your home improvement project. Buyandbuild.net. It's a giant warehouse at 4800 Washington Street. But starting September 13th, if you go to rollerauction.com, you can go on and find Buy and Build and find their auction. They have had kitchen cabinets going for $1,000 for the entire kitchen. I know it sounds incredible, and it is. So that's buyandbuild.net, of course, is their normal website. Rollerauction.com is their auction site, and you got to look for Buy and Build, and that's September 13th. And remember, you can always drop by 4800 Washington Street. And speaking of houses, Debbie wants to talk about stuccoing. Go ahead, Debbie.
Hi, Tom. I'm going to apologize. I have you on speakerphone while I'm driving.
It's okay. What's happening?
Well, we have a house that was built in '85, and we've painted it several times, and so I think now it's time to do something different for the siding. And I was thinking about stucco, but I don't know what to ask and what to look for.
Okay, now, stucco comes in two flavors. You have genuine stucco, and you have ephes. Ephes is a system where it's a lighter stucco, a lightweight, and it's not full plaster and all of that. It's over. A lot of it's they use decoratively with foam around windows and stuff, and then they use regular stucco elsewhere. But what I'm saying is this: they're both good. You will hear people say ephes is not good. Both of them are good when applied properly. The biggest problem with stucco is not being protected from the ground moisture or not being protected around windows and eaves where water is flashed away. You have to flash water away. You cannot let water intrude. If it's done properly, it's wonderful siding. You can get the color through and through. But sometimes they don't put the color through and through, and you still have to end up painting in a few years anyway. but most of the time, if they do it right, you hardly ever have to paint. It's wonderful stuff. Now, I'm not trying to give you a shameless plug on this, but have you ever considered a siding product? Now, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't good stuff. I'm not talking about your ordinary aluminum siding, you know, or tin siding. I'm talking about like this thing called Everlast. Have you ever heard of it? She's off. Okay. So, Debbie, I'm hoping she heard it. I'm hoping she's listening. So if you heard me, Debbie, both stucco and EIFS is good. You must protect it from moisture. Okay? If you want a siding product, I recommend you call K&H Home Solutions. They have a product, and it's called Everlast Siding. That is a sealed, waterproof siding. The color goes all the way through. It's made with minerals and plastics, so it is literally like earthly. It really is. And it's durable, a lifetime of durability with textures like wood. And anyway, they're offering 30% off that. So if you do the stucco, just do it right. Make sure you do it right. Protect it from moisture. You don't ever have to worry about protecting the Everlast siding from moisture. And K&H, you can make your own appointment even. khwindows.com, khwindows.com, or 303-421-7100. Now, Debbie, are you still there or not? Did she hang?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you were disconnected. Good. Okay. So anyway, I don't know if you would ever consider a siding product, Debbie, but I was just saying that is a good way to go too. But stucco is good if you get the right people. Now, Mark, we used to have a stucco place. I'm not sure on the referral list.
Rhino.
Are they on there? Now,
I think so.
Whether they're on there or not, we've never had complaints about them.
No, not one. In fact, they are on there.
They're still on.
With us a long time.
Yeah, they're still on. Good. We have never had a complaint ever, so that's a good thing when it comes to stucco.
Okay. Well, I had looked at siding some years back, and actually, I think I called K&H.
Everlast is the best product on the market, in my opinion. It's just because of how durable it is. And they have 30% off, but I'm not trying to sell you on it. You can do a good stucco, and Rhino's a great company. And the thing is, whether it's stucco or EIFS, you just have to protect the edges wherever there's an edge. Windows, doors, up near the eaves, down at the ground. You have to protect it from moisture.
Now, we have a couple of walls where they have some of that brick that goes part way up on the outside.
Right.
Is that taken off when they do stucco?
No, only if you wanted to. Many people trim with brick, and you do stucco down to the top of the brick. It just, yeah, all of that, and then it's protected from moisture, and it works really, really well. So I wish the best to you. Now call us through. You don't have to. It's not one call for anyone. You can call back on anything you're told if you want to check stuff out. Okay. And then the 30% off on that siding, too. Now, I'm not saying it's the only siding on the market because, you know, Champion has good siding, too, but it's vinyl coated and it's a different product. And some people, that's what they want. And I believe that the Everlast might be more expensive than normal siding. So it's all, you know, sometimes you do get what you pay for. Dr. Mike Hederscheit is with us, and we do have an email about scoliosis. Listen, I was always told scoliosis is something you can't help with. I don't know. Can chiropractic help scoliosis? I mean, there are different degrees of scoliosis. Yeah, and that's where your spine makes an S almost.
Right, yeah. So there's curves when you look at the spine from the front. It should be straight on, up and down.
Yeah.
But when, you know, we have a scoliosis, it curves. Depending on the age and depending on the reason why there's a scoliosis, there can be some improvement from having a spinal curve from an adjustment. So if there is something called basically if a vertebra hasn't fused properly, there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, that's something that
and that happened as a birth defect or something?
Usually some sort of birth defect, yeah.
So, but you can relieve muscle pain or anything?
Yeah, so it can relieve some symptoms, but as far as correcting the problem, that's not going to happen. If it's more of a functional-based scoliosis, possibly we could help with that.
And functional means it just happened because of they always walk a certain way or lean a certain way or their work or job. Could that cause a functional scoliosis?
That could cause it. A big reason too they're finding is through the dural attachment sites in the spine. If there's too much tension there, the body tries to compensate, and by compensating, it shortens the distance between the two spots. It can cause a curve. So catching something early on possibly could help with the scoliosis.
Dr. Mike Hederscheid, if you have any questions. Now, I want to talk about square footage in your home, in your basement. Sometimes you can't use that square footage if you don't have proper egress. Now, you may not know that, but it's the true deal, okay? You can't do it without proper access. And that's why Denver Egress, DenverEgressWindow.com, they're on my referral list for years and years. They can provide safety for your home, an escape route, protection of the foundation by doing it right, beauty because the appearance of these window wells and escape routes don't have to be ugly. It adds value because the square footage is opened up, and durability. You won't have to do it again. Now, sometimes builders put in cheap-ass window wells with this crappy aluminum that rots out. They can rebuild your window wells at a discount because it's already there. So they go in and rebuild it and bring in a new enclosure, sometimes a new window if you need it. They can cut one where there's no egress window at all. They can even create a walk-out basement. No fooling around. For real. A walk-out basement. They've done it. They've opened up homes and square footage like you would not believe. DenverEgressWindow.com. They have a beautiful, beautiful egress window that they can install with a window well and a durable enclosure that is beautiful. DenverEgressWindow.com. 720-626. 4221. 720-626-4221. Also, Denver Egress on my referral list.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Serve and got the bird. Right. When they get inflammation or something, you see that tightens the inflammation and pulls it. Muscle pull it out of line, or what pulls it.
Some of the scoliosis fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of the idea behind what's going on with some of that. So they're not always 100% sure. 90% of the time, it's like you get active scoliosis. They're not sure what's going on. But they're finding that, let's say, your brain, spinal cord is surrounded by meninges that protect it. Those meninges mount to the bone, only have fused at different spots. So if you have a certain spin at that bone or torsion of the bone,
I just read that email about Lee and Chandler, about from that Earth guy.
Kind of like
The house fire and the 3 kids that died.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Oh my God, Dan, the one about Chandler and Lee, the mortgage fraud.
Oh,
gal.
yes.
I just forwarded you an email from someone who works with Chandler for the last 3 years. You should read it.
Yeah, I did.
Or with Lee. The 2 gals with the mortgage fraud, the big ass book this big.
Oh, yeah.
But I forwarded you the email from a coworker. Like 2 homes in foreclosure, 1 house burned down where 3 kids died, still sat that way for years and years. So read it. Lee and Chandler.
And
they had 3 kids that died?
I don't know if it was Lee or Chandler, so I can forward it to you. It's very strange.
And that's just sad. She said she knows, she just wanted to give her.
I don't really see it too often. There's always something out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, people have herniated discs, and most people have them, and they have no pain from them either. Yes, they. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a zipper put in.
I'm Jay Garner, CEO of Quick Loan. Buying a home should be one of life's best experiences. But today's fluctuating interest rates can lead to unexpected higher payments. That can turn a great experience into an anxious one. At Quick Loans, we've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates. It's called the power buying process. We check your income, assets, and credit to provide you with a verified approval, which can give you the strength of a cash buyer. Once verified, you qualify for our exclusive
3 children died in the fire?
lock your interest rate for up to 90 days while you find your new home. Then, once you've found your new home, if rates have gone up, your rate stays locked. But if rates have gone down, your rate drops, and you get to keep that new lower rate.
The other one's been in foreclosure 4 times in the last 5 years.
Oh, they mailed us a book. Yes.
Racial approval only balance
So that one, another person that said, hey,
equal housing,
we heard
less
you
than
on the radio,
and the last number just sworn. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive research which
I don't know the problem.
Schultz
Well,
right here in Colorado. They're internationally recognized for their work with stem cells. They're all MDs working with true living stem cells harvested from
I thought they were funky monkeys to begin with.
strategically delivered with guided injections. Only MDs deliver the injection. More experience than any other provider in the country. Why would you go to a clinic with no MDs at all?
What is it?
The letter that she sent us.
Oh, I know. It's weird as hell.
He's not mentally able to handle it.
Here's the house. Look at this
Giving
house.
money away to go to the Philippines.
I can't
Oh,
tell.
really?
Yeah.
Well, that's your,
Yeah.
you told me about that.
At a true medical regenerative clinic.
He's bad. He's getting real bad. And he really needs, I know that there's programs to have adult.
And on my referral list at referralist.com.
This doesn't look burned down to me.
But, well, not burned down, but with the fire, I mean, it's almost better to have it burned down. Huh? Oh, that's not a hole in the roof? Oh, that's a shadow.
Jeez, it is kind of weird looking.
That tree needs to come down.
I can't tell, like, okay, here we go. Actually, look, man, maybe it is Funky Monkey. Now there's trash out front.
Look at that driveway. Oh, yeah.
God, it is weird looking.
What a terrible looking house.
Oh, look.
Oh, that's some kind of pattern.
Oh, that's what it is. They did steel roofing.
It was burned down. Look at that. There's something bad with it. 3 kids died in it.
Is that just strong barn they stuck up there?
Wow,
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Simply Floors Inc. means simply savings if you're looking for all the popular floor coverings. Anywhere from hardwoods, engineered floors, laminates, you're looking for waterproof carpeting, regular carpeting, low pile, high pile, medium, great padding, and you want designer services, Simply Floors Inc. will simply save you money, even over the exchanges, the mills, the big boxes. It's that simple. Southwest corner of 52nd and Ward. Buddy Mitchell simply makes less profit to pass it on to you. You have to see it to believe it. He's a great guy, a great company, and wonderful results. We get glowing reviews. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Welcome to the show, Angie. We got calls. We got lines open at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Angie, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
What's happening?
I received from the city of Sheridan in my mailbox yesterday a ticket, failure to obey signal light. When I opened up the ticket, it came with a different twist. It has listed a 202 Volkswagen sedan, license plate number 652REQ, Colorado. On the picture, unfortunately, it shows a Buick car with a male sitting in it with a handicap sticker hanging from the mirror. The ticket was apparently given on 6/16/2018.
Now, is that your license plate number, by the way?
No, it's not. Never belonged to me.
How did it get there?
When I called the police department, they said pay the ticket. They said, well, then call the DMV. I called the DMV. The DMV said, that is not yours. It doesn't belong to a Volkswagen. It doesn't belong to a Buick. It belongs to a Kia.
What belongs to a Kia? The license plate number?
The license plate.
Well, how did, here's all I need to know. How did it all end up with you?
They told me to pay the ticket.
No, Angie, I'm asking, how did they get your address?
Through the DMV.
But why? If it's not your license plate and it's not your car, where did your address show up?
They said it belongs to me. That was the thing. The police department of Sheridan concluded that license plate number belongs to me with that address.
But that's not your license. If you go out and look at your car, is that your number?
No, sir.
Well, then it's not yours. I don't understand how they concluded that. It's wrong. Is your license plate close to that?
No, not at all.
Then I wouldn't worry about it. I would simply comply with the ticket, and meaning I would answer it saying, this is not me. I would take a picture of my license plate. I would take I would take a copy of my driver's license and send it in. That's what I would do.
Okay.
And that's how you answer those. I mean, they make mistakes sometimes. Dale, you have a question for Dr. Mike Hederscheit, Bright Light Chiropractic. What's your question, Dale?
I was wondering if Dr. Mike could elaborate on why the medical profession doesn't seem to want to acknowledge or promote chiropractic as a legitimate medical option.
It's been going on for years that way, and some doctors do, but...
my primary care provider is called a doctor. Chiropractor is called a doctor. My health insurance covers chiropractic care as a legitimate medical treatment, so why the reluctance by physicians to send you to a chiropractor?
You know, why, Dr. Mike? Why do you think?
Hey Dale, I think a lot of the reason why is some misinformation that's out there. I don't necessarily think a lot of doctors are against chiropractic. I think they just don't know that it could benefit people in whole different ways than just neck and back pain. So they're more reluctant to refer out if they're not sure what it's going to actually benefit the patient for.
I think that, first of all, a lot of doctors go to chiropractors, and they know it works. But I just think it's weird because they can't, it's not, first of all, regular medicine, allopathic medicine, you take something and you feel an effect. I mean, it's even different than homeopathic. There's really nothing involved with your body healing itself in normal medicine. In normal medicine, you intervene, right?
Right, yeah. So
you intervene. You go in and cut something out. You add something. You repair something. You give medicine to cover up symptoms, but you seldom allow the body to heal itself.
Right, yeah. So it's kind of, for medicine, they're saving people's lives every day, but
right.
what's happening is their toolbox is drugs and surgery.
Well, yeah, what we do is, what we have is really acute reactive medicine. That's what we have, which is the best in the world. Acute reactive medicine. But as far as proactive preventive medicine, right now we're starting to hear a little bit about it, and insurance is starting to pay for wellness visits, and you hear this buzzing around, but the truth is it's more of a reactive kind of thing. Patching, reacting, covering symptoms, but very seldom really healing.
Sure, yeah, and even some of the wellness that we're seeing in medicine is still reactive. It's still, okay, we're taking these tests to see what's going on with your body, but if this happens, then we're going to do this. So it's still
right.
Reactive,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. As opposed to let's do this to prevent this. Chiropractic does a lot of preventive medicine, and they're good for acute care too. And of course, they have their place. I think one of the main problems are the chiropractors who exaggerate what they do.
Wait till you hear who called.
Uh-oh. Wait till you hear who called. The woman you served. We're going to talk to her.
Wait till you hear.
All right, I'm Tom Martino. Wait till you hear. Coming up next. I'm Tom Martino.
She was nice. She's like, Susan, right? I'm like, Suzanne. I always have to correct people. And then she's like, this is Jean, the one your husband served yesterday.
Did you see a picture on the internet?
No, but she's a fan of the show. She was a fan of Mark. Was. She said her biggest contention is, like, that customer never gave them a chance to address that problem. The only reason she was allowed to pick the vehicle up because she was threatening their employees. Never paid one dime. I don't know if that matters in the lawsuit. Never paid one dime to them. So
why wouldn't she come on?
She said it's going to court now, so I'm not going to talk about it. So, but she did say, I said, are you sure? I said, do you even want to come on the air and just air your grievances with the way Mark did you yesterday?
Did you?
Did she acknowledge I got her good?
She says, well, just so you know, your husband was trespassing, and he's probably lucky Bob wasn't home. Because if Bob was home...
So he's a bastard.
He would have got his gun out. Mark would have never been able to get out of the car. Troubleshooter show, please hold.
Really?
That's what he said. But she was nice.
I know, but just to say that tells your husband.
She said she didn't flip me off. I don't believe
Dan,
it.
come on. These are like
She
people
said I
that
could-
live on 35 acres without even trees.
Oh, they're
okay.
no worries.
You know, like country folk.
And it's all gated. I just got lucky she was pulling up.
But you were, she said, just because the gate was open, you were trespassing.
No, I
There
wasn't.
was no,
I was
no
there. I was
trespassing
there for public
Right.
legal business, which
I know,
is
I'm
basically
just telling
giving
you
her
what
service.
she said.
Of course. Okay.
Absolutely.
She says, and another thing, I never flipped him off. I pointed my finger at him, but I never flipped him off.
So tell her she's on Facebook. Her
I
picture's
didn't
on
want to
Facebook.
tell her that.
No, tell her.
Too late now. I gave her my direct line. I said, if you change your mind, she goes, I want to talk to Bob before I come on the air. I said, if you change your mind, let
She
me
should
know.
come on the
I
air,
said,
though.
here's my direct line. Just give me a call.
We've got her good side on the internet here.
Daniel.
By doing what you did, disarms people. You know, like she said, if he's real suspicious, whatever, disarmed him. It takes him a while to figure out. You know, like you said a minute ago. Oh.
I used the box too, but I didn't put it in the box. I just had the box right there.
I opened it up. I was like, well, let me see here. Oh, I've been served. And she's reading it, and I'm getting back in, and I look up and she's like, it's weird though. She said she didn't get everything up. I guess it's possible she did this.
Yeah.
But I usually can tell because the bird goes with the face.
Yeah.
Did you hear her back at all?
God, years ago, I thought a guy kept shaking his
Jeremy.
finger at me. No, it was a 45 auto. I didn't pick up on it.
Oh, really?
Because you're looking at the end of it.
Or maybe
I asked
she had
Jeremy if he was there. Then I said about tomorrow night, and he says yes, I'm here. And then he didn't answer me.
Yes, I'm here.
So maybe she had a cast on her arm.
And?
Like the Seinfeld one?
Oh, yeah. You lost me on that one.
What was that? That was a...
He was, he thought the guy had flipped him off.
yeah. Something with the Yankees.
He chased him down.
Yeah. Oh, because he knew he was a Yankee, though, right? Wasn't he in the car with one of the Yankees?
So they chased it because he had his hand up or something in the car. And
right.
He thought he flipped him off.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But
he finally caught him at a gas station.
He had a Yankee in the car.
Okay. That could have been. You're right. You're right. It was a player.
I know.
You're right. And he goes, why are you doing this? And he was mad because who else flipped him off that he thought? Remember?
Hold on. Let's see what the Yankee.
I also have a browsing right here. It's necrotic. Trying to get it healed too.
Oh, okay.
They finally, when they did,
that's where he finds the.
But who started to get him mad about the flipping off?
Oh, like biopsy.
They did a biopsy down here. They found the same enzymes back here.
Say it again now.
Right
Who got him going on this and stuff that flipped him off and he started.
But I have a feeling that he pissed off of the back surgery.
So that's what it was the whole time. Is this?
Probably his hole was probably.
Was it in that episode?
Yes. It's an abscess.
It wasn't like the bubble.
Did they remove tissue in your
That was the Yankee episode.
Yeah, they're taking a big.
By the way, I was talking to my buddy in Hawaii. He says they're preparing for a hurricane.
I fucking know. I keep telling Suzanne that.
He said.
But it looks like it'll be all right Monday.
Okay, but I just wanted you to know that's what he said.
So the waitress.
How do you take it?
Remember the waitress was going.
No,
no, I'm pointing at there. Right.
I got the bitch 78 in the sheriff's department. Trying to catch one.
So that's why.
You really said that, huh?
Yeah.
Is he on the Big Island?
When they first built, I don't know if Deer Creek Canyon, that looks like a big ship coming out of the When they first built that, in the afternoon, the snakes were.
See, all the everything's on this other hurricane right now, Florence.
So animal control was trying to get them.
The weather actually, the 10-day forecast is good.
There's a cord that looped out back.
What is going on with the phones?
One way got not even have to get near them.
Yeah.
But I was walking around.
Do you have any outbound orders? Voicemail?
Well, we want to put off till tomorrow.
Gotcha. The baby.
6.5 foot. Huge. You know what? I think over the years that snake has gotten bigger.
Yeah, the story. Like it was 2 feet when it started, and now it's 6 feet. Yeah.
But anyway, it was full grown and it had almost no venom. When they get full grown, they said they don't really
Tropical storm Olivia.
Rats and mice and moles. Well, they're big enough to just get stuff.
Isn't it funny they haven't had hurricanes for 25 years, and then they have 2 and 2.
Michelle and I got married in Golden. And,
and a bird? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was right before we came out for the ceremony. Giant. I mean, it had to have been a 4 foot.
I thought
snake that they were just nonchalantly taking out, so it wouldn't affect anybody. No screaming or anything. And, just pulled this thing. They took care of it, and it was good.
She should come on. I mean, honestly, if there's a whole nother side to that, it'd be great to hear.
I can't believe we didn't call it. I'm sure we called it.
Well, remember they closed it down. She had to do a skip trace to find where they lived. Although it would have been easy to find where they lived because I found them right on the
there too. I thought
county website. I think it was Elmer.
Immediately.
Did they go bankrupt?
I think they sold it. I don't know what they
never actually saw the snake. But that night,
it's going to be an uphill fight anyhow. Because it was the business.
I didn't get enough to get.
It is weird though. They had so many miles on it.
Huh? Your body just kind of dealt with it.
Yeah, well, it was a fatty part of these things.
That would have been good when I asked her. So how do you put 2,300 miles on the
vehicle? It's all kind of absorbed and it stays there. Well, it did kind of lock in because I saw that. My son got bit last year with a baby, 24 miles, and was in the hospital 11 days. Wow. It was expensive. A little step when you come out of your garage, you pop your garage, on that step.
Need somebody. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Get your calls in now, and we will solve your problems. We guarantee at least to help you in some way, shape, or form. Honest to goodness. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center are the real deal. They help people with tinnitus or hearing loss, and they have new digital hearing aids that interface with your phone. Now, they have tinnitus treatment that basically cures tinnitus. It's called Dysynchra. It doesn't work for all tinnitus, but about 90% of it. The other kinds of treatment, if you don't have that kind that can be cured, is the kind that can be masked and your brain can dull it out with therapy from hearing devices, hearing aids. Call Colorado Tinnitus Hearing Center, please, and try before you buy with free trial periods. Dr. Patty, Dr. Lisa, Dr. Dagmar, they are at Clarkson and Hamden in that urgent care building there. They're on the second floor. Colorado Tinnitus up on the second floor. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Also look them up on my referral list at referralist.com. 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. We have a comment on chiropractic care from Francisco. We have a guest today. That's why he's commenting. Bright Light Chiropractic in the house, in studio. Of course, we're talking about anything you want. We're not one topic, but Dr. Mike is here. Francisco, what's your comment? Francisco? How many times does that happen? What the hell is going on? That people hear me answer and hang up. Suzanne, what's going on?
So I can tell you what he was going to say.
All right.
He couldn't say enough good things about chiropractic care. He was in bed for 3 months with some sort of injury, started going to a chiropractor, and it changed his life. He's able to walk around now and is feeling so much better. Recommends it for everyone.
Well, that's wonderful. Francisco, I'm sorry you didn't get on. Suzanne, doesn't the phone kind of make a noise when I answer it and people might think they're getting disconnected or something? Let's talk to Howard. Here's the number, 303-713-TALK. Howard, welcome. What's going on?
With which Howard? Is this me?
Yeah, you, sir. It's you. No, it's the other Howard. Wait a minute. Hello, Howard. How are you? What's going on with your appliance?
Oh, okay, appliance. I called Best Service Company.
How'd you find them? I've not heard of them. Best Service Company.
They had done work for me in the past.
Okay.
I just got their bill out and checked it.
Okay.
And called them.
And what about them?
I have a Genair electric range. The outer burner on the front, it's a dual element. And the center element works, but the...
Okay, so what's the problem with this company? Let's get right to that part, sir.
They came out and supposedly fixed this, but before the guy got out of the door, I called and told him that it does not work. and they told me that they could come back and fix it.
Wait a minute. What were they there? What were they there the first time for?
To repair that element.
But if it wasn't fixed, why did they think it was?
Because the center element comes on and is hot. He turned the switch on, run his hand over the top.
Oh, is it the flat top kind?
Yes.
I see, and he thought it was all hot. So anyway, what's the bottom line? Did you pay them for that repair they did not do?
Yes, I did.
But why did you pay them if it wasn't working?
I thought it was working when he went out the door.
Okay, how much did you pay, and did you pay on credit card?
I paid
check.
A check.
Damn it. Okay, are they going to come back or not?
Yes, only if I pay another service charge.
Well, that's ridiculous.
To fix the thing they were called for to fix in the first place.
Hold on. Deputy Clint, can you call for this guy? Hold on, bro. We're going to make a phone call. If they went out the first time and didn't fix it, now they want to come back and charge him. I don't think that's fair. Now, hold on. Wait 1 sec. How much did they charge you the first time, Howard?
How much did you?
Yeah, the first time.
The total bill was $375.79.
Wait, you paid $375 and they did nothing?
They put in a switch.
Okay. What was the switch for?
To fix the same element.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
The element was burned out instead of the switch.
You know, I don't think you can replace those elements in those solid state tops, or can you? Anyway, I think the whole top.
You can get it on eBay.
All right, hold on. Let's just try to figure this out. But he paid $375 for something he didn't even need. They put in the wrong part. So Best Service Company, they have good reviews from what I can see. Let's see if they'll do something. Francisco's back. Suzanne summarized what you wanted to say about chiropractic, Francisco. You love it.
Hey, how you doing, Tom Martino?
Yes, sir. You love it. I take it.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on your show because you are out there to help our customers.
Thank you.
That's something that nobody really does anymore, so I appreciate all your hard work. And
Thank you.
I would like to tell a little bit of my story.
Go ahead.
So to begin with, I'm from Mexico.
Yeah.
We don't really understand chiropractic care back there.
Yeah.
Everything that's wrong here with Vaporu and everything will be fixed, but it's not like that.
Yeah.
So I ended up working in construction. I hurt my back. I realized I was growing up with some bad issues since I was a kid, but when I did construction, I realized that I was really messed up. I ended up in bed for 3 months. Couldn't work. Didn't get an insurance compensation of any kind because I felt afraid of getting in trouble for any reason. So a friend of mine, I took him to chiropractor like years before, and I realized that he got well after a couple of visits.
So you did it.
Then I realized I could go back to the same guy and said maybe he could help me. Well, after so many visits, I mean, it was quite a while, I ended up walking again. I started work slowly in the restaurant because I didn't want to do heavy work. So after many times of care, I ended up going back to the full work. I can actually tell you that I can work harder than any other guy out there, but it's all because of chiropractic care.
That's, you sound like a commercial. That's wonderful. No, I'm serious. And Francisco, so how long have you been in the country?
Since 1998.
May I ask you something? I promise you I don't have any hidden agenda. I'm just curious. Are you documented here?
Yes, I am, sir. I went through high school all on my own. I was benefited through the DACA as a
Okay, gotcha.
Then I was married already to a U.S. citizen. I have 2 kids with her, a beautiful life, and then I was able to finish my process through that marriage, but it was jumping hoops here and there, but I was able to do it all the legal way.
I'm really happy for you, Francisco. Thank you for calling. And Colette, what's going on with you, Colette? Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. What's happening, Colette?
Hi, Tom. I just wanted to call and let you know that I used your referral list, and my garage door had broken, And so I went to your referral list, and I have to call and tell you that Garage Door Solutions in Colorado Springs did an excellent job for me.
We love it. Thank you. You know, we really care about this, Colette, so it does help us when you tell us stuff like this. And go ahead.
You know, they weren't supposed to be here until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and actually Jimmy called me and said, can I show up earlier? And I said, sure. And so he showed up here, and actually my bill was less than I actually expected it to be.
Oh,
so I just wanted to say I thank you, and thank you for your referral list, and I thank Jimmy and the Garage Door Solution people.
Okay, man, you can't do better than that. On-air review, referrallist.com. Thank you so, so much. Now, one thing I talk about a lot, Icon Eye Care. Icon Eye Care. Now, listen. Icon does LASIK. Icon can take care of any eye problem. They can take care of glaucoma. They can take care of cataracts. Now, even if you don't have cataracts, there is a cataract surgery you can do. I did it. I didn't have cataracts. I did it on purpose to get the new lenses. It's called a clear lens exchange. I'll never need glasses again, and I can focus near and far like youth. So these lenses focus, and they were put in. My old ones were taken out. And I'll never get cataracts. They'll never grow old. Now, LASIK's fine, too. But LASIK, of course, works on your eyes, and your eyes still get older, so eventually you might need glasses again or you might need LASIK again. With this clear lens exchange, it's permanent. I love it. Now, if you have cataracts, it's the only way to go, in my opinion. But no matter what, if it has to do with the eyes, seeing is believing at iconeyecare.com.
Somebody on Facebook wanted you to complete that tease.
Oh, shit. We totally forgot. Who called? Oh, my God.
We got to talk about
The good news, the drive in the tech center much better. Both sides of the highway have cleared. The crash northbound I-25 at the Orchard, that's been cleared off to the right side, right shoulder. That crash southbound I-25 at the Orchard, that's been cleared off the highway. Traffic flow getting back up to speed both directions. It's going to slow down downtown on northbound I-25 approaching 6th. Looks like the off-ramp to 6th Avenue is blocked due to a crash. The right lane of the highway blocked too. Solid backup past Alameda. Evacuations there. Weather forecast. Partly sunny today. Hot though with a high near 92. Right now, a few clouds hanging out above and it's 85. Your traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30. K-How.
Hi, it's Susie Warden. I love my workouts and I love a great value, which is why I love Vasa Fitness. With memberships as low as $9.99, no long-term contracts, free amenities, and multiple Denver area locations.
Who's a TSG guy?
Check out VasaFitness.com.
Tech Game, affordable interest mortgage, has been
Is he the owner?
manager all-in-one for over 11 years.
He got the owner's info?
Pay thousands less in interest on their mortgage, own their home faster, all without spending one dime more. 720-895-0500. Tech Game, where we have hundreds of clients that have been using this loan to build their equity faster, to have access to emergency funds when necessary, and pay off their home in 8 to 13 years versus 25 to 30. People initially believe that this loan is too good to be true.
Is it Francis at Francis?
Ask our previous clients. They will tell you it works. Call 720-895-0500 now to see if you qualify. Loans from $100,000 to $2.5 million, same rate. Why continue to pay so much interest? Keep more of your money. Call 720-895-0500 and start saving. Homeowners have been using this loan since 1965. Affordable interest mortgage, where it's all about you. 720-895-0500. Affordable interest mortgage, and talk to the experts. Regulated by DOR, NMLS 298.
No, I need an email. Do you have that?
So this person on Facebook or sent an email. She wants you to have a better URL. She gives an example.
Right.
It says, I wish I may, I wish I might. To get a chiropractic treatment from Dr.
.com.
I did.
That's good. That's good.
I'll send it to you.
That's just great information. That's good one.
I would.
One thing. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and that one thing is my hair. It's been thinning for
Were
years.
you on like a Facebook page?
No, it's on our email help.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
What'd you say?
People listening to this just.
I would never use doctor in a URL on a serious note because people will
thing, DR or DOC.
Right.
Anytime you have to qualify, like the number 4 or FOR, that word is bad. It's great if you could do doc, back doc, back dot, back doc Denver or something. I bet you can find stuff like that. And it doesn't have to be, obviously, you know that the name of your firm, but I love giving a handle. I love giving a, I like giving a handle, it's, you know, to a business. Like Frank ran a real estate man, and then Car Nanny for Protocare. By the way, I got Car Nanny for him, a form of Car Nanny, I forget what it is. But I've been really successful at coming up with, even in today's world, something very unique for a website that people never thought they could get. Because I just did what Google did. I just made it up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Google has a unique name only because they made it up, just like Yahoo. I mean, you know, you just, who says Yahoo's a search engine or big? You make up a word or you make up an expression for someone.
You got something for me?
I was thinking about it. I'm thinking about it because Brighton, your family's fine. I think people have a problem with Brighton.
Bright because of the city, maybe.
Or anything, Brighton, just Brighton. I think it's hard to say and hard. Brighton, I would rather have something else, but, and I'm thinking of it, and I'm sure we can come up with something.
One of them I thought was like Go Bright Light, but then that's kind of confusing too.
Bright is, see, people might do B-R-I-T-E. It's a terrible thing, the Bright.
Oh, gotcha. Bright,
Doc Mike, I like, but it's a tongue twister. You don't want that, Mike.
Art of Granite, Mitch Floria. If you're looking for countertops and you want a price, you can get a price on the phone. Listen, that's not the only reason you use Art of Granite. I always say you can get a price on the phone. But it's to demonstrate that there's no hocus pocus. He doesn't have to sit down in a long meeting and try to sell you on his goods and services because he doesn't charge for most of them. For example, the granite or countertop or stone, he's a direct stone importer. That's all across the board wholesale. So he doesn't have to mark that up. He doesn't have to consider it. Right? It's just wholesale, whatever it is. And then tear out and haul away, he doesn't charge for. And he doesn't charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen. So if you want a price, he simply gets the square footage, a basic layout, and he'll give you a price. And it's usually pretty darn close. Of course, you have to pick your custom edges and sinks and cabinets if you want them. That's a small markup direct from the manufacturer. So go to artofgranite.net to find out more. He's located in Golden, a beautiful showroom. He'll come to you, of course, when the job is to template and get it all done. Mitch Floria is the owner. I know him personally. Get your price on the phone, 303-386-5919. They are perfectionists, 303-386-5919. artofgranite.net. Let's talk, 303-713-TALK. We got Howard here. Now, Howard, what is happening with you, Howard, and how can we help you?
Yeah, about over 2 years ago, I was in we worked for a large landscape employer here in town and came in to our office.
How long ago was it?
It was a little over 2 years.
Okay.
And I suffered heat stroke. My boss took me to the hospital, and now I'm being sued for all the hospital bills.
Whoa. So who did you think was going to pay those?
Well, I thought
Workman's Comp. Right, that's right. But I mean...
But they never filed a Workman's Comp claim, I found out.
You were supposed to file it, right? Will you get a case number? No?
No, I didn't get anything.
Huh. So how much are they coming after you for?
It's about $6,000 right now.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What did they do for you?
They actually made me stay in the hospital overnight for observation.
And did you... How long ago did you leave there?
Exactly 2 years ago.
Right after this?
Yeah, shortly after that.
Okay.
What are the employers saying?
Yeah.
They won't even talk to me anymore. I've called them.
We're trying to get our workers' comp attorney on, Enton Law.
Who is it?
Cliff Enton.
Who? The landscaping company?
Yeah.
It's Metco Landscaping.
We're just trying to figure out.
Now, they sent me to a Concentra numerous times to, get checked out and ready back for work. And as far as I can tell, all those bills were paid.
I think it's an oversight.
They had a insurance lady call me up, and she said everything was going to be taken care of, and she would send me some forms, and I never received them.
Yeah, I think it's an oversight. I just think we have to make some noise. I mean, it's clearly workers' comp. Now,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
they-
sure. Go ahead.
But they didn't file it.
But you
can
said
they go back and retroactive file this long?
That's what we have to find out. But even if they don't, I think they'd be responsible for him. I think he can sue them for it.
They're a pretty big company, too, man.
What? Who?
This company, they're huge.
Metco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
550 crews.
Yeah.
It's, what?
Yeah.
Then
It
it's
says.
good that they're huge. That's more of a chance of collecting. What would they say to get out of it? I mean, here's the deal. You have a record of it? I mean, you said they did pay some bills, right?
Yeah.
Well, then get those. Do you have those records?
I recently had a little problem at my house, and a bunch of my records got destroyed, so I don't have any of that stuff.
Okay. Did you call them recently, Metco?
I called them about 2 months ago, and their human resources person is constantly not in, and I left messages, and
All right.
nobody's called me back.
All right. Do you have the name of the person you need to talk to at Metco?
No, I don't. They were in a process, I think, of
All right,
switching.
so here's what we'll do. Suzanne, all we want to do is call Metco, tell him we got this complaint, and ask who he can talk to them, and let him start. We're not going to do that part. Then if he gets turned down or turned away, he can call us back, and we can follow up with our attorney, Cliff Enton. Now, we're trying to get a hold of him now because we don't know what the time limit is on that. 303-713-TALK.
So that lady I served.
Yeah, now,
called.
Mark said you're not going to believe who called. The lady you served
What are the
called.
chances?
All right, she called, and what did she say?
Well, Suzanne talked to her, so let's have Suzanne.
Oh, Suzanne's on the phone right now. So, Suzanne, what did that lady want? Mark sued because of Thornton Auto Care, the old owner of that, or the former owner, or they're out of business. And so the woman, was that his wife or girlfriend or what?
It's his wife.
His wife, and she's
Yeah.
upset?
Well, I mean, she's a fan of the show. She was.
Well,
a
it's
fan of
nothing
Mark's.
personal.
Yeah, and
It was
she
personal
just felt
service.
like,
It was all personal, actually.
Yeah, you know, Tom, she said that they were never given the opportunity to work that out with the customer, and the customer never paid a dime, and
The customer never paid?
Mark trespassed technically,
Wait a minute.
and lucky
Wait a
he
minute.
didn't get shot.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about? This was where she paid for...
She never paid for anything. The only reason they released the vehicle to her is what Jean said, the wife, was because the customer was threatening other employees.
She should come on and give her
Hold on,
side.
let me get this straight, though. They put 2,300 miles on the car, right? How much was the bill compared to the mileage?
Well, they didn't charge her anything, right?
Right, so maybe it washed.
Yeah, I don't know what she's suing for.
Well, she's also saying the vehicle was destroyed. The seats were ripped, whatever else.
Yeah, so what you do is you take the value of all that repair and the value and the destruction, and you compare them.
I wonder if they had a rogue employee that took it or what happened.
Jennifer, your turn. Hi, Jennifer. What's happening?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Good. I just wanted an opinion on something,
Yes.
if I could.
Yes.
My husband and I own a second home that we use as a rental income property.
Yes.
And we're just at a point we want to decide if it makes more sense to continue renting it or to sell the property.
How long
and
have you
cash
been
out some of
How
the
long
equity.
have you been renting it?
10 years.
Okay, so it's definitely converted as a rental. And
Mm-hmm.
here's what I think. I think property values have near peaked. Now,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean they won't go up a little more? Of course they might. But I know something for sure, and you write down this date, they will be adjusted. So the question is, do you want to max out your investment? This is a good time to do it, in my opinion. It's a good time to do it. Now, if you want to continue renting, what I would do is sell, take your profits, reap them, and then go out and look for a deal and buy two other rentals maybe, or keep your money doing something else and wait for an adjustment and buy rentals again. I just think that that real estate prices they're somewhat of a bubble right now.
I agree. That's what we were
I don't know
thinking,
why
exactly.
I don't know why Americans in general and people in Denver, why we keep believing these bubbles, because they always burst. Always. There are always corrections when you have this much appreciation. Always. And it's almost like we don't believe it. Oh, well, not this time. This time it's really good. I'm going to tell you something. There is going to be so much unrest and instability around 2020 or just before that election, you don't even want to know. Because no matter what, people are going to be unhappy. No matter what.
Exactly.
So I just think you should reap the benefits, but you have to have something. Now you're going to have some capital gains probably if you've been depreciating it.
Correct, yes.
You know, but paying taxes isn't the worst thing in the world if you're making a lot of money. And now other people always say, well, just do a 1031. But then again, you're ending up with another rental. What you don't want to do is, what you want to do, okay, the secret of wealth, in my opinion, is building equity and having cash flow and knowing when to convert one to the other. If you have a lot of cash flow, then you should look to buy things that increase in equity, in value. Then you buy those things, and then you grow in equity. But then you have to convert that equity back into cash flow, back into money. So then you get your money, and it's just a balance. If you have too much equity, too much growth, too much money tied up in things, in equity, that can go away in a heartbeat. If you convert it back to cash, now you have your cash flowing, you can always buy something else. You have to know when to switch back and forth. Just having cash flow doesn't build wealth. Just having equity doesn't guarantee wealth. So I just think it's a combination, and I think you're in a great position right now to cash in. That's my opinion. Again, I'm not saying, you know, you might do that and say, Tom said I should have done that and it went up another 20%. You know, if it does, fine, but it's always going to correct. The idea is not to wait till after it corrects, and that's what most people do. They panic right around the time it's correcting, causing more correction. And then that's how we get a recession. It's overreaction. And I'm going to give you a good indicator. Unemployment. When unemployment is this low, it's a sure sign. Sure sign. And then what's going to happen is workers get too expensive, prices start going up. When you see the consumer price index growing and unemployment dropping, that's a rubber band that will break. And it's going to burst the bubble. My opinion. And why? Why do I say it? I'm not a genius. I've watched it a million times. Well, not a million, but we've had some really big corrections. And here's what's funny. When you're at the bottom, you never think it's going to go up. Everybody sells. And when it's at the top, you never think it's going to go down. Everybody keeps. And they always start buying and selling at the wrong times. And except people who are really insanely wealthy. They buy when everyone else is selling, and they sell when everyone else is buying. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, CenturyRV.com, CENTURY, CenturyRV.com. They're up north on the 119 turnoff to Longmont and I-25 along Frontage Road there with a service department as well. And they're out west just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. They have some Forest River products, some campers going for as little as 10 grand for new units, around 10 grand. Then they have a Cougar fifth wheels, the best prices in the nation, below cost. And they have motorhomes. They have every class of RV. You will love them. Giant selection and a service department. 303-453-1111, CenturyRV.com.
Frank Duran just told me the same thing you said, Tom, yesterday.
What's that, Dak?
About the bubble.
Hey, Clint, can I have you make this call for me?
Sure.
Thank ya.
You've heard me talk about art of granite because I just love the way Miss Floria, the owner, does business.
Look at this.
Country in the early 2000s for $300.
The shoe bomber, Bob.
Wanted to be
It's the actual shoe bomber.
That's from way back then?
This FBI top secret shit.
Are they selling it?
No, they're just, I don't know why the article's even there.
Well, if you talk about the FBI, they're doing all kinds of stuff. I can't believe they're probably stealing evidence out of there trying to sell it.
Measurements, of course. Maybe a few photos. He'll tell you how to do that. Call him. Get your price. If you like it, you will go to the showroom and pick out your material, your edges, your sinks and cabinets. And
Wait, hey, which one was the shoe bomber? Because then there was the underwear bomber, too.
It was Kurt Yates, the Shoe Bomber, Richard Reed,
the bathroom's free when you have the kitchen done at the same time, and also he will turn around and haul away everything free. 303-386-59.
Remember the underwear bomber and stuff?
Actually, he was a wacko. Let me see.
Well, they're all
Yeah, but I mean, God.
Look at this guy. You tell me that doesn't look like a wacko?
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah. I do, I remember him. Oh, look what he looks like now.
What? No way.
Jeez,
He darkened up a few shades.
the underwear bomber.
Oh, that's the underwear bomber. Richard Reed is the shoe bomber.
Oh, yeah.
He was really a dummy and stuff because he couldn't even get it to light. Didn't he pull down his pants and try to light it with a cigarette lighter on it?
Plastic explosives hidden in his underwear. Geez, what would you do, man? You're a passenger. Some nutcase stands up, takes off his clothes.
Right. Who does
tries
this
to
look
light
like
himself on
without the beard and everything? Doesn't he kind of look like Colin Kaepernick?
Oh, it is weird, a little bit. Nose is way bigger, but same complexion. They said they supplied him with the bomb and trained him. Okay, now pull down pants. Use Vic Lita. Jeez.
Can you imagine how they made everybody?
That's awesome.
I mean, how much they cost for the U.S. for the fact that in time.
Like a class within school that was specialized for that technique, plus a seminar outside of school, plus club.
Oh. Is there a lot of debate that goes on between activators and him?
Yeah, I think so. My thing is results. There's debate. People are going to say integrator and instrument adjustment isn't really chiropractic, and then some are going to say you only can practice spine to be considered chiropractic, and I say I'm getting results for people through subluxation-based chiropractic, so I do remove that nerve interference, and getting people healthy, that's chiropractic. And this instrument that I use too is the only FDA-approved instrument, FDA-approved instrument for removal of vertebral subluxations. Only one.
It's FDA approved.
FDA approved, yeah.
Call today. This is Dan.
Yeah, so the federal government recognized the implication of vertebral subluxation as being detrimental to someone's health.
What kind of subluxation?
Vertebral subluxation.
Oh,
so.
But so it's not generally approved as safe. It's actually approved for a particular purpose.
Approved, yeah, it's approved for that. And I'm not sure the safety. I'm sure it's for safety.
Well, of course. But a lot of people, when they say it's FDA approved, they're talking about what's called the GRAS certification, generally recognized as safe, meaning it's not going to do harm. And that doesn't always mean it's effective. It just means it's not going to do harm.
Right. So
a lot of supplements are GRAS, which is bullshit. It just means it's not going to hurt you.
But yeah, right. Yeah. So this is to specifically for a purpose, I guess. It's approved for. Yeah. And it is funny how it's through the Food and Drug Administration, and it's an adjustment instrument. Like how it's even connected.
Yes, because food and drug has become food, drug, and healthcare modality.
Yeah. So what would you come up with? Doc Mike, Back Doc Mike.
Backcracker.com.
Backcracker.com, there we go.
Cracker is not a good term.
Cracker.com.
Is that taken already?
What the hell's the name of this?
Or even, I know you talked about before my phone number having a little, like 720-583 back or whatever. I know when you first came in.
Well, that's for sure. You really want phone number to stick out in some way.
Oh no.
Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney. I really hope you never need him. Joe Lazara is not going to preach to you. I'm going to do the preaching. You can avoid Joe with a designated driver, with Uber, with Lyft, because most of his cases, of course, are DUIs. And the new thing, of course, driving under the influence of marijuana, and that's D-U-M, driving under marijuana, dumb. And just don't smoke. By the way, Joe is at 303-429-6200, and he's a criminal defense attorney in all cases if you're accused. Many times people are falsely accused. At other times they want to plead guilty and throw themselves at the mercy of the court or do something. You always need an attorney to get you through this system. LazaraLegal.com. He's also on my referral list at referralist.com. 303-429-6200. Let's talk to Kate. And we do have lines open at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Kate, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Kate.
Yesterday in the mail, I received a license plate toll statement. Okay.
What is that? Oh, the toll. Right.
Okay, and the transaction date on it says August 29th, 2018 at 7:23 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. The car or the truck that they're saying it was used for was driven at that time. However, it is my boyfriend's truck, and it has not been driven since maybe the 20th of August, because right now
Are you saying for absolutely positively sure it wasn't him?
He's been in jail since the 23rd of August.
Are both plates on the car?
Yeah.
Well, how did they get they must have had a number wrong. But this is what I need to ask. Does that license plate, is it a photo?
Oh, no, they just send a statement with nothing on it.
And the okay, does the number mention what kind of car or truck?
No, not at all.
You need to do some investigating, because if they get a digit off, they never usually get the digit off and the make and model of the truck. In other words,
no make or model. But it's also at an area that we would never ever drive in.
I'm sure they have heard this before. If it's a mistake, I mean, it's how much is it?
It's only for $2.55.
And that's all the more reason they might believe you if you call them and say, look, it's impossible, and here's why. Have you even called them? I mean,
I just got it yesterday.
I would call them, because I'll bet you they'll look and say, what's the make and model? And then they'll compare it to what they have in the data bank. Because if they get the plate, look at the readers, they use camera readers, okay?
Right.
Those readers then go into a data bank. And they can easily get something wrong. And if they get it wrong, they don't get the vehicle wrong usually. I mean, it's like,
they don't have any vehicle explanation on here, just a tag number.
But I meant if there was a photo, the vehicle would be on the photo.
Yeah, but there's no photo.
I'm sure they have. No, but they have one. That's what I'm saying. They have.
Okay.
So I would call them, and then please call us back and let us know. I would love to know what happens. 303-713-8255. David, your kid's girlfriend. What's going on with them?
She bought a car for $7,000, and financial wants $12,000, but she can't afford it.
Hold on, David. She bought a car, and go back on that. I'm not sure I understand. She bought a car for $7,000.
Right, and then they want $12,000 with the interest, $300 a month for 3.5 years.
Okay, that's not unusual. In other words, when you buy a car, there's the purchase price, then there's the financed amount over the life of the loan. And like on our homes, for example, we pay hundreds of thousands of dollars more for our home if you calculate all of the interest. So you're saying with finance charges, it comes to what?
Come to $12,000 and some dollars.
But if she can afford the payments, why are we complaining about the final cost?
Well,
she can't afford the $300.
Right. And we called them.
But why did she, wait a minute, why did she buy it? Why did she sign up for it? David, I'm having trouble hearing your cell phone. I don't want to help you. There might be a way to help. So how long ago did she buy it?
Hello?
How long ago did she buy it, David?
Only 2 months ago.
Okay. You say only 2 months ago. That's a long time. So she bought it knowing what she was doing, and now she wants out of it, right?
Right.
Then she has to sell the car. I mean, you understand the dealer doesn't just have to take the car back after 2 months, right?
Well, that's what I was checking on it, because I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing that really makes the dealer take the car back unless she was cheated somehow and you can prove it. You know, I mean, it sounds to me like she just has buyer's remorse, right?
Well, she just doesn't have the money to make the payment.
Right. So I think she needs to do something pretty quickly about it. Unfortunately, let me tell you some facts of life here, okay? Unfortunately, she may not be able to sell it for what it's worth. I mean, excuse me, for what she owes. Let's just say, I don't know if she made a good deal or a bad deal. What kind of car is it?
It's 2014 Nissan with 90,000 miles on it.
Okay, it may or may not be a good deal. I don't know. But here's what I want to say. The payoff today will not be $12,000. If she bought it 2 months ago, the payoff is only going to be a little over what she bought it for. Do you understand that?
Right, right.
The $12,000 would be what she's paying for it over time. But if she tries to sell it now, it's very likely she can come close to that, but she may have a deficit. Here's the problem, David. I'm just going to tell it to you straight, okay? And then you tell her. If she made a mistake and paid too much for this car and she is legally stuck with it, then she's going to have to figure out a way to get rid of it. And if she can't sell it and make up the difference out of savings or something, let's say she can only get $5,000 for it and she has to pay off $7,000. She's going to have to come up with $2,000. If she can't come up with the money, then she's going to have to, there is no choice but to voluntarily let them repossess it. Meaning she says to them, look, I can't make my payments, take the car, and she hands the car over to them. Unfortunately, they can still sue her for the difference. They're going to sell it, and they're going to sue her for the difference. And if she does that, she has to do a bankruptcy. That's the only way out sometimes when people get into hot water. Let me tell you that bankruptcy sometimes is a reason young people file for bankruptcy. Because they buy a car, they can't afford it, they paid way too much for it. Sometimes they try to trade it for another car. That's even worse. They put that negative equity into the next car, and then they keep snowballing it. To make a long story short, if she has absolutely no way of paying off the difference after she sells it, she's going to have to let them foreclose or repossess it, and then she's going to have to do a bankruptcy. I hate to tell you that, but that is life. That's exactly what it is. And I hope she doesn't have to do that, okay? I hope she can make those payments. Whatever you do, David, do not let someone take over those payments. That also doesn't work. Now, if you need Wink and Wink, call them for a consultation. winkandwink.com. Sometimes if you do a Chapter 13, listen to this, David, a Chapter 13, you can sometimes write that loan down to what the car is really worth, and her payments could go away really fast. So please, David, call winkandwink.com and ask about writing that loan down in a Chapter 13, or if she has a lot of debt, she may consider a Chapter 7. 303-410-1720. That's winkandwink.com. What were you going to say,
Hey,
David?
Tom, she could maybe refinance through Blinker and get a better rate.
That's another thing, David. If she goes to Blinker.com, okay, if she downloads that app, she can see if she can refinance that and save money. That's another option. So we have given you a number of options, and I hope you try to take one of them because I think it'll be good for you. Okay? Now, Pro Auto Care is your car nanny, speaking of car places. If you buy a car, I suggest you get to Pro Auto Care. Let them do the once-over, of course, before you buy it. And then if you buy it, let them enter your VIN number. And then they keep track of that car for you. They'll tell you when oil changes are needed, when timing belt if needed, when spark plugs are needed. When anything is needed on that car, you'll get a gentle reminder by text or email. Another thing, you will be part of their family. And in between all your service, you're going to get roadside assistance free of charge nationwide. This is Pro Auto Care's family of excellence. They are your car nanny. That's 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. 303 Pro Auto. And the website is 303proauto.com.
Probably. I hope they listen. David, did you hear those suggestions? Because they're really good ones. Okay? Now listen, so Wink and Wink is the bankruptcy. You may not have to do that, but a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, let's say that car's only worth $4,000. The judge will literally mark that loan down to $4,000, and her payments will be done in her. Or if she goes on Blinker.com, she can try to refinance that online. You know these guys, and if she gets a much lower rate, her payments would go down. But really, those are the options for her. Otherwise,
so Clint, as I'm getting this info, he's trying to get, he called the company and they said, we've never heard of this guy. So Clint called the caller.
Yes, but they take the car. If she doesn't care about giving up the car, she can't. But she can go bankrupt on a secure car with Chapter 13.
And I said, well,
She
this is what I
keeps
just heard.
the car and write down the balance. But I think she has to have it for a certain amount of time.
Well, then he
needs to wait to find out more. Okay, hold on if you have any more questions.
That was one person. That's a large.
I don't know if he has any more specific questions. You can have him hold.
Okay.
I'll bet you she can knock $100 a payment if she has any decent
Do you
credit.
think like a live Monday, Wednesday, Friday is better? Is that because
Every day is fine. I mean, I'm just saying. I
had
one where
7 a week is a little.
Well, no, I had some 3 in 1 day is what I was talking about.
That was weird.
Yes, that's what I was talking about, or 2 in 1 show. I don't think we need more than 1. I don't care if they do 1 a day. I mean, I think that's fine. If they do 3 a week, fine. But definitely I wouldn't do more than 1 a show.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was bothering me. I saw on the clock and I went, what the hell?
Totally get it.
I think some of that's makeup. And if we have makeups to do, I don't think it's fair to pack them all in 1 show because.
Yeah, I don't know. They might have been Sydney might have done that.
What happens when we do makeups like that? When they hear it that many times, the people they will not listen. They'll tune it out.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I 100% agree.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to do though. I think what I'll do is, it was cool to be heavy up, painting, to get it restarted, and let me move into 3 lives a week, and then everything else that we're doing is great.
Whatever. I love them.
Be perfect. Yeah, I know you do. So, thank you.
Sure.
Fucking nut.
He was the highest on Wall Street, this particular guy.
Who?
Just talking about Tesla.
He was the highest when he had that interview.
Dr. Mike, I don't like overdoing.
No, he was
ads for people. I don't want to
highest analyst.
I want them to have a schedule that they return on their investment. And it doesn't always mean the more you do, the more you get. Not always.
No, that makes sense.
I've got to find that sweet spot. I told you that before. You find, and when I notice a client that's too heavy, I just tell them. I say, look.
So the analyst that said that is the
I want to
highest. When you say highest, what does that mean?
He was more.
We got to update Spa Palace.
Bullish on them than anybody. He thought they were going to double the stock price at that point, $500-600. Now he's like,
I feel that mine.
You also, the reason it's dropped today, it says because they dropped 2 colors.
I read that, and the only reason they do that is they're having trouble hitting those same goals they always are.
Absolutely.
We should short it. What is that crazy looking torture thing?
Mark needs to do them. Can you do them? Just like feel his back, and I mean, he's all out of whack.
Start adjusting.
He's all out of whack.
What do you do?
Pull back. So you hold it like this. So yep, and you pull it all the way. Or do you do that?
I already did.
And then you push on the tip of it with your other finger.
Like push up?
No, use your left hand and push on the tip of it. Nope, on the tip. Push down, straight down on it. Alright, here, let's see it. You're gonna break it.
You're gonna break it.
Oh. So what does that do?
Just on your finger.
Put it on
it
your
puts
ear.
the force into the body, so that's what it does.
I see.
And you can crank that force.
It's like those things they kill cattle with.
Yeah, exactly. Right in the forehead.
What was that show that he was on there?
Minus the bullet.
No.
There will be blood.
No, Country for Old Men.
Country for Old Men.
He carried around that cylinder.
That's a great movie.
That was a great movie.
That guy was
cylinder. Oh, scuba cylinder with 2200 psi in it.
It was awesome.
That was a cool movie.
That dude was badass, man. When he showed up, you leave. You don't argue.
The best I can do is I won't kill your wife.
John Fuller Law is a personal injury attorney, and here's a very safe statement. If you're injured in an automobile accident, whether you're a pedestrian, a driver, a passenger, in the other car, you are on a motorcycle, whatever it is, Obviously, you take care of yourself medically, but always, always, always call and get free information, because sometimes people don't think anything's wrong and months later have a major problem, and guess what? They can't do anything about it. At least call John Fuller and ask questions. What do I do? What if I'm not hurting? He's not going to make up stuff. He's going to tell you the truth. What should I do? Are there any records I should keep? Should I take notes? Should I go to a doctor just for the heck of it and see what's wrong, if anything's wrong? If nothing's wrong, fine, right? I mean, really, ask John Fuller, Fuller Law. He truly is a traffic accident expert. He really is, and can help you go after what's rightfully yours if you have an injury. But he's the first one to tell you, don't worry about it if you're not. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. PersonalInjuryCO.com. John Fuller on my referral list at referralist.com. Now, Mark, this spa thing, can we update it? People have asked for it.
Yeah, we have a lot of people asking, Mark.
Yeah, well, these, in my opinion, they're bums, and they're not giving them any money back. I mean, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Straightforward as that. I mean, what can I say? I had the guy on the air, their representative. He sounded like a moron, in my opinion, but that's just it. I don't know what else to say about it.
And why won't... Okay, so she went there on a Sunday evening.
That's correct.
Then went back Monday morning?
Yes.
And technically...
She was the last one there Sunday. In fact, they were nice enough to keep the shop open a little late.
So technically...
Yes.
Other than the salesman's time...
Yep.
Technically...
And she offered $500 for that time.
They didn't pull anything from stock.
Nope.
And they did not...
Unless they did it over Sunday night.
No, what I mean is they didn't order something special for her. There is no actual loss here except opportunity lost, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so she did sign a no refund policy.
She sure did.
So technically...
Or a no, that's right, a no refund policy. Actually, 40%. If she canceled it, they could charge her 40% of the full amount. And she
acknowledges that she signed that.
Yep.
But we always say...
71-year-old woman.
We always say...
No harm, no foul.
Even
though you might... And I don't know in this case what it is, but here's what we say. Even when you're correct legally or technically, it's not always right. It might be correct to the letter of the law, to the T.
Yeah.
But not necessarily right.
Yeah.
And doing the right thing sometimes. We had this situation the other day, we don't have to get into it, where this company technically did nothing wrong.
Yep.
But we felt they needed to refund the money.
They said, by the way, that they were on the referral list a while back. I didn't find any records of them. Spa Palace.
No, they're not. No.
So I don't know. I mean, they could have been long time ago, but...
Spa brokers were years ago.
Yeah.
And Cal Spas, I think, years ago.
What do you think of the business model in general?
I think that the spa places are going to be going by the wayside because the portable ones, because they're too easy to get.
I walk out of Sam's Club. They've got beautiful tubs sitting there for $4,000.
Yeah, they do. Now there is some reasoning behind getting a professional because you have service behind it and warranty and stuff. Well, yes, Suzanne.
It just got me talking to the president of the company that he said they were actually doing her a favor by not charging her the full 40% cancellation fee, by doing her a favor keeping her $1,700.
Yeah. Then when their rep came on Monday, basically said we didn't even talk to the owner, which was bizarre within itself.
By the way,
whole thing is bizarre.
I have an email here who said we talked about what was it, garage door solutions in Colorado Springs. Woman called up and praised him. Wasn't that it?
Mark
I missed it.
Mark missed it.
What was the name?
Garage Door Solutions by EFI in Colorado Springs. They're new, Tom, to our list.
And someone else wanted to mention One Clear Choice Garage Doors goes down there as well, and they do. They're great people. They're also on our referral list, oneclearchoicedoors.com. And so they will go for emergencies or regular checkups.
Tired of other adults telling you what to do?
Why can't we do both?
No. I'm talking the whole lot.
Well, she did that, and I didn't know why. And then I didn't expect. I didn't know what you were doing. First of all, are they big deals or what?
This week's free half-day class, and you'll see why. Call soon, though, as these free classes fill up fast and space is limited. Online Trading Academy. Reserve your free class at 303-547-3588 or tradingacademy.com.
I mean, they really get pissed. when I.
We got to do, guys. Hey, guys, all of us. We have to do a better job at keeping track of all voicemail and any inkling of problems that we can call back on. We need to begin to do that because we have days where it's absolutely necessary.
Try to make some cold calls. Real quick, Tom.
Hello, can you please hold? Thanks. Hold on.
I forgot to write it down for you, but Brent's on broadband for when we come back.
No, I go downstairs.
So we all have to start, and then I'll do follow-ups.
Yeah, I gotta grab them. That guy was just horrible.
Which guy?
Just that guy from Swap House.
Absolutely. In fact, I thought we were going to go try to get the president again, or if he wanted to, because he was gone.
Well, it was during the home show. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, Saturday or Sunday would have made 0 cents. Friday, it didn't work out because I had some other shit I had to get done.
Wilmington, the Marine base at Camp Lejeune, and especially the Outer Banks are watching where she goes. Governor White Cooper says the time to take action is now.
I got that email. That's what happened. So you want to know what happened? That's what the fuck happened.
Hey, you know, I just figured out the calculation.
It wasn't as bad as the president of Ford getting involved over Christmas last year with 10 million fucking views.
She paid 30% interest on that car. That's what she's paying.
Oh my God.
Look at the email. I wish I made.
Oh, I sent it to you. Yeah.
Is there any top on interest?
What do you mean top?
Can you charge whatever you want, or is there an actual top?
That's a great question because loan shark. Well, look at oh shoot, who are the people that do the loans? You walk into their store.
Check cash.
Not check cash.
Pawn stores.
Pawn shops. I mean, theirs is. So that lady was paying 30% interest on her car.
30%.
At least. On that $7,000 car. How do you know? Because she's in 3 years, and he was paying $7,000 over the 3 years. Ends up being 30%.
Oh, you just reversed it.
$300. She said she's paying $300 for 3 years.
Dog medication.
So he's asking, is there a limit on interest rates for these people?
I don't think we have usury in this state, unfortunately. I don't think, but you know what?
Is against.
But those are with upfront costs and other things without disclosure. Okay, that's.
Yeah, but loan sharks don't exactly follow the book there, Dano.
No, like a pawn
break
shop
your fingers.
Or check cashing. I mean, check cashing is way over that. If you look at
they're not over 30%.
I'll bet you they are.
No.
Because they only give you for like 2 weeks. You know, when you do those little bridge loans.
Yeah. That never go away. That's the real problem. Seriously, once people get into that
mold or the
churn. I like churn.
You like churn? I like churn.
Once they get into that, though, they can't get out of it.
Right,
man.
because they're always behind.
Same with pawn stores. Some people pawn the same guitar every month or whatever it is.
I should have got her look for a fan thing. You know, a fan extension with more.
I don't think those were ever plugged in. I can't imagine it in a million.
Remove them and keep them as spares.
I don't know why you'd ever need all those fans. Guys, see the size of those? When I used to build those, there was one fan like this on the CPU.
Yeah, that freaking video card is
it looks like a motherboard by itself.
Bonnie's a crazy boy. He's like I was like him when I was his age, but we didn't have this shit available when I was his age. But he's shaking right after me. So everything technical.
He needs a new fan? Is that what it is?
No, the power supply fan. One of the blades somehow literally broke off.
I don't think it always turned because they said it wasn't turning. I think it
when you moved it.
I think sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but you saw the broken.
Right, no. That's why it was glitching out. So he would get when CPUs get hot. Oh my God! Weird things happen, and it's all like it's weird stuff that you can't even explain. Things lock up, and then they go fast and slow and blink. And
I was trying. My granddaughter's into Comic-Con, all these outfits she wears, and I was trying to explain the skins that he does. They're like clothing for the characters?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I had it right.
If you don't have a good one,
no,
you don't play
I
as well.
swear to God, why they
don't play as well.
And they will spend up to $25 for them.
Oh yeah,
for costumes for your character.
But they don't look good.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Approval Reverse Mortgage. These reverse mortgages are few and far between. Here's what I mean. It's really only for a select few that can use them. It kind of eats up equity. It's a tiny bit more expensive than a regular loan. Why would people want them? Well, if you're old and you have a lot of equity, you can live off it. You never have to pay it back. You never have to pay more than your home if your home goes down in value. ApprovalReverse.com are the ones I trust to tell you the truth about loans when it comes to reverse mortgages. They're not going to push you into one unless it fits your situation. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528. And that's what we do here on the show. We look for consumer solutions for people on all things. We try to help you make buying decisions, selling decisions, and also if you've been lied to, cheated, or ripped off, you call and we get justice. We're going to go right to the phones. But speaking of loans, we have another one. How about this? How about a loan where you know rates are going down, right? But what if you could guarantee if they go down, you get another loan? Ideal Home Loans is doing that, Brent. There are no strings attached, right? If I refi today or buy a house and rates go down over the next 2 years, I can come in and do the whole process without paying again.
That's right. You won't be charged any of your any lender fees at all. All you're going to pay is your customer, your
normal stuff.
Well,
like your taxes,
your normal stuff.
And you pay taxes and insurance anyway. Obviously, that's right. Not considered a fee. Okay, so there's no catch to it, and rates only have to go down by 0.75%.
Yep, within 2 years of doing a home loan with us, whether it's a purchase or a refinance, if rates go down by 0.75%, we'll refinance your loan with no lender fees. We brought this out because we saw so many people not taking advantage of rates the last time we saw them go down because they thought they'd go lower. You don't have to. We've got a safety net for you. You can take advantage of them if they go lower.
And so what if they do refinance then in that 2 years? Do you get another 2 years?
Yes, absolutely.
Every single time, 2-year guarantee.
Every single time.
All right. Yep. Thank you. 303-867-7000. 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Okay, so what's going on with Frank? He wants to talk about an IRS scammer. What's going on, Frank?
Oh, yeah, this guy answered, though, when I called him back. I just tried to make him feel bad by telling him that how could he go home and sleep at night.
Wait, so you do have I'm going to call him, too. So he actually answers.
Yep.
And did he acknowledge that he's a scammer?
He says, this is my job. I said, that's not a real job, cheating people and making them feel bad.
And he did. And what did he say?
He cussed me out.
Oh, see, that's the part I don't like, the cussing out part. Hold on, let's see if I get this guy here. Oh, I did a mistake here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, are we sure this is really not the IRS? No, I'm just kidding.
Call rejected.
Oh, man, I'm getting the call. Why was the call rejected now? Anyway, I'm sorry, I tried. What Rochelle wants to talk about another scam. Go ahead, Rochelle, what's going on?
Yes, this one, I called him back as well, but he's saying he has my Social Security number and that he just needs me to verify the last 4.
Oh, yeah. That's because they're going to put a charge on something, and the last 4 of your Social is used for a lot of identification. They never ask for the whole thing, and those are the 4 most important numbers.
Well, but what scared me is he said the beginning of my Social, and I never heard that before.
Oh, that's easy, too. That's where, because that goes by, if he did any searches, that goes by where you were born.
Oh, Okay.
Just the area of, all they have to know is the area of the country, and they got your social as far as the first 3. And then the last 4 people always give out. And so, you know, this, I'm so happy, though, that you shut it down. So what did he call about to begin with, though? What did he call and saying he was with the IRS?
No, he's with the Social Security office.
And what did he want to do for you?
And he said he gave me his badge number. He gave me all his information, and then he told me that he just needed me to verify the last 4 so that he could put a stop on it. I said, well, you're calling me. You should give me the last 4.
That's exact. He says, no, I want to make sure I'm talking to the right person. That's, you
Right,
know what?
but-
You didn't get a phone number for him, did you?
I did.
Hold on, Suzanne, get that phone number. Let's see if that one will reject me or not. I'm starting to feel rejected. 303-713-TALK. Is this Jaleka?
Yes, it is.
Jaleka, what's going on?
I'm calling today because I've seen your work in the past.
Yes.
And I need assistance with at least finding a civil rights attorney or that's pretty much what it is.
What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
I have a mediation company. I've been providing mediation for 18 years.
Wow.
Yes. And I try to handle any kind of disputes because in the state of Colorado, private mediators don't need a license or certificate.
You're right. You're right.
Right. So what happened was a lawyer was very upset here in Colorado that I got the case and the insurance company didn't, allow them to finish the claim. They called the attorney regulations department and said this mediator should not be handling disputes the way that we are. So at this point in time, I'm going to have to close my doors at the end of this month.
Wait a minute. Is the government shutting you down?
Yes, they are.
But it's allowed. Mediation is allowed. I mean, there are mediators for divorce that are not attorneys.
Correct, but that's my point. I need some help.
Well, hold on. Did they shut you down? Who shut you down?
The Supreme Court. My case is in the Supreme Court right now.
It's called the Supreme Court Oversight Committee, right?
No, it's called the
Attorney Oversight. Attorney Oversight.
And they are the ones that are petitioning an injunction against my
But did they get the injunction, dear? That's what I want to know. They're just petitioning for it.
They're petitioning, but the judge did rule that he feels that I'm advocating for my community instead of mediating, and I'm not advocating.
What does that mean, advocating? And what would be wrong with that anyway? I mean, the only thing that the Oversight Committee does, attorney oversight, is make sure people don't practice law without a license.
Well, they're saying that mediation in my practice of handling disputes is considered practicing law, which it is not. Before I even started my business, a licensed business, just to have people come in and talk with me, I also want to mention on this show today that I provide an outreach program for the homeless, for people that are less fortunate. I've used my own income for the last 4 years to help people pay their rent.
I don't understand. Are they actually doing it? Do you have any notices from them in writing?
Yes, sir, I do. I have case numbers, everything.
Well, you do need help. I mean, because I want to make it this clear. I don't know if you are practicing law without a license or not. I'm just saying you're allowed to mediate, and from what you're telling me, if you mediate, are they saying you're not allowed to mediate, or are they saying you're using mediation as a front, but you're really practicing law?
Yes, that's exactly what they're saying.
Okay.
I have never practiced law. I don't want to be a lawyer.
Because you're not allowed. Right. Okay, you're not allowed to practice law. However, you are allowed to advocate, and not all advocating is practicing law.
Well, I honestly say I don't advocate for people because they're their own voice. If the attorneys turn down their claims,
you're not supposed to in a mediation advocate for people. Correct. Because you're supposed to be a mediator, but advocating in and of itself is not practicing law, is what I'm saying. Practicing law is just what it says, practicing law. And here's the deal. You're going to have to get before a judge and let a judge decide. And you're going to have to get an attorney. I mean, this is going to cost you. You know this, right?
Well, I'm starting to realize that. But because I have really helped my community financially, I'm not in a position. I've even started a GoFundMe account to help me find an attorney that would be willing to assist.
We will. Okay, all right. No, you know, there is an attorney in town. I mean, he's very, very well known, David Lane, who does constitutional rights. I don't think this is a rights issue. I think this is a defense issue, whether you're practicing law or not.
But that's the sad part. People have the right to use mediation before they choose to use an attorney.
I understand, but whether or not you're doing it correctly, you may have to have a defense attorney, is what I'm talking about.
A defense attorney?
Maybe not a civil rights. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, it's kind of a civil matter, is more of than a criminal, I think, unless, of course, you do it egregiously after they tell you not to. It could rise to criminal. But right now, I think it's kind of like when the Attorney General shuts down a business for civil matters as opposed to criminal. You have to figure out what kind of an attorney you need. And I don't know where you even go for an attorney to help you do what you do, because attorneys don't like what you do. Do you understand?
That's what I was waiting for you to say.
So it's weird because attorneys don't like what I do, okay? I mean, it's a difficult thing because, you know, you're on a tightrope, but you have to be careful that you don't practice law. I mean, that is an issue that everyone has to struggle with when they're giving advice. So, I don't know. I mean, we can check with attorneys. We know you can check on our referral list, but it's a very difficult thing because those attorneys may think, God, I don't know if I want to go against the Supreme Court Oversight Committee since they oversee me.
But the Supreme Court is the one that allowed, they recommended in 1981 that more people start getting involved with mediation.
I know, but they want attorneys. They want attorneys to mediate, dear. They want attorneys to do it.
But they shouldn't have put in there private mediation. It even says private mediation.
Look, I know people who do private mediation.
Me too. I know.
Well, they're not, but I don't think they're saying, I don't think they're saying that mediation is wrong. I think they're saying that the way you're doing it is wrong.
But the way that I'm doing it is in the rules of mediation. I don't advocate for any side. I only am the middle person to get resolutions. I've been doing this for 18 years. And only last year, when the attorney got mad at me and said, we went to law school, we have fell into debt because of us.
No, I understand.
And you're doing the same thing. We don't appreciate you doing this, and that's how it came about. But I'm not practicing law, and I do need the help of someone. I shouldn't have to go about this by myself. I've been giving to my community for 18 years, and only for the last 4 years, I've been doing it out of a building so that I can help more people than
some of the people. I would contact attorneys who do malpractice suits for attorneys. That's where to start. You know, attorneys who represent other attorneys in malpractice. Not medical malpractice, but legal malpractice. In other words, if you look up legal malpractice defense, those are the attorneys that I think I would go to, because then you can, that's what I think.
Yes, that makes sense what you just said, because they're already used to going against other attorneys.
That's right.
So, yes, okay, that was a good start. Okay.
But we will also help you look. If you send us the documents that you got, the letters, anything that says what your violations or alleged violations are.
Okay. I posted them on the GoFundMe account.
Well, okay, if you could just direct us. Suzanne, let's take a look at these alleged violations, if she can give us a link. Okay, we have lines open at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran can show you with statistics that he sells your home faster and for more money than the market average. He has cases where he puts more money in your pocket, and he may not start out listing it for the highest price. Don't go with a realtor or a real estate broker or an agent just because they tell you they can get you more money. Many times if you list too high, you end up reducing the price. That means days on the market. It shows price reductions. It shows weakness. Frank actually sometimes purposely lists it low, which gets multiple offers. Then those offers drive the price up in a bidding war, and you end up getting more, but getting a lot faster action and shorter days on the market. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He taught me all of this, and he knows more. Call him, 303-920-1622.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's. For the most part,
so Clint, that guy, is that an update that we could do?
Which one?
The guy that's being sued?
Oh, not really. I need to really talk to them.
You know, the other thing about this tomorrow, we find out where they stand.
I got plenty of updates. So you should other day.
Suzanne had a copy of the email.
But it didn't say no.
Ask her to send it to you, because I don't know what
I have it too. Suzanne, did it say? They told me that they had fucking seats and stuff, and it was. Now I hope it's not, but I got to play on this.
Stop by Lowe's to get your deck or porch a fresh look and outstanding protection.
Can you get Clint off with that a little bit? Just knock him down.
My wife's coming.
No, you right here.
Oh, short me?
No, short.
He could.
No, he does a head. He does a head. That's my head.
Side of the head, back of the head.
Yeah. You have to feel him, right?
They use some technology, got to feel around. Yeah, it's a whole process to it.
The head? It's got a funny name when they used to read the bumps on the head.
Oh, yeah, what is that? No, I know where it has a little area related to which area kind of deal.
It was back in the 1920s or 30s. They mapped out parts of the head where they had bumps, and they could tell.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Phrenology?
Phrenology, yeah, phrenology.
It just came to me.
That bump on the side of your head right there.
That and Google.
That and Google. That's what Google is, isn't it?
Isn't that amazing? No, I don't know. I'm not sure if it makes us smarter or dumber.
What, Google?
Google. Yeah.
They don't retain the information because you don't have to.
And then we have access to wrong information too, so then we're
misinformed. But having access at your fingertips that quickly is really valuable to find stuff.
And just like YouTube, if you use YouTube to do things, you know, if you got a problem and stuff. Or
and it could be wrong too, though. God, the other night I've got on a truck. We're trying to.
You're right. Right. Hold on. Centeno, I have checked. I don't check it unless I did it. But fix it, I did not do.
And like on Mercedes, one side snaps out, and you have these little slide come out.
Although
you break all the things off.
I don't know.
I
haven't checked, but guys, do you guys remember me doing Centeno shows?
No, you have not.
They don't remember me doing it, so I should just be safe.
I haven't heard it.
Do you remember me talking about stem cell?
No, you didn't. I don't remember that one.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Listen, Centeno Schultz, they are the real doctors that do real stem cell therapy. They have a seminar coming up on Thursday, and I want you to call. Now, if you want to get an evaluation, you don't have to go to a seminar, but I'm so tired of misinformation. I even have the latest one down in Castle Rock. This chiropractor, it's called Stem Cell Therapy Center down in Castle Rock, and this guy is saying that he's doing stem cell therapy, and again, it's just the kind of thing that I fight against all the time. And what you need to do, his name is Dr. Ryan Helms. He's just one of many. Dr. Dean Jones is another one. They're chiropractors, and they claim they're doing living stem cells, and they're not. Please call real MDs, doctors who started this in a clinical setting years ago. He has a Dr. Chris Centeno and his team, Centeno Schultz. The seminar's this Thursday, September 13th. and both of them they have another one on September 27th, both Thursday evenings at 6. Call for details or call to schedule your own visit. Okay, here it is. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. Of course, Dr. Mike Hederscheit here. That's why I love him at brightonyourfamily.com, Bright Like Chiropractic. He does chiropractic. That's what he does. He brought a hand activator in, Dan, that he uses for his adjustments. We've had that done. And I want to show it on camera while we're taking some calls. I just want to show it so people can see what it looks like. And we're live on YouTube and live on Facebook. And it's truly cool the way the way he activates it. Show how you activate it. I love that. And it gives the force off that tip. And you're saying you're going specifically for nerve subluxations where nerves are impinged.
Right, yeah. Going looking at the actual nerve in relation to the part of the body, resetting the neurological frequencies in that area, and then allowing the body to heal itself naturally.
And you actually can track results. Dan, don't BS me now. What results have you felt?
My biggest result is my shoulder and stuff, which it wasn't
really
the first thing I really went into is my neck.
Yeah.
And slowly, like I say, I get less stiff every time.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Now, Sharon, go ahead. What's going on, Sharon?
Yes, and you were talking to a lady just a little bit ago about she wanted to sell her.
Yes, her rental. She was thinking about selling her rental.
Yes, and my question is, if you don't put it into another rental, which I wouldn't want to do, where can you put that money that you would make the kind of money that you're already making in rent?
Well, you're going to pay tax. If you don't do it into like property, you will pay tax on whatever gain you have. And there's no way around it. They don't allow you to invest in anything else that is not like property. So, but sometimes you just take the gain and you pay the tax. I mean, now sometimes it's foolish to do that. But the only place you can put it is in like property, which would be considered a rental.
Right.
You can sometimes fudge from residential to commercial, but you can't just go from, let's say, rental property to stocks.
No. No, Mike, I guess, okay, let's hypothetically, let's say you clear, after all is said and done, you clear $100,000. And you've been making, $1,500 a month as a rental. So you go into the stock market?
Okay, so what you're saying is how can you duplicate the ROI?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm not claiming you always can, but if you truly were making $1,500 plus appreciation, then it would be a higher ROI than $1,500. But then you have to take away expenses. So once you get your true ROI, I'm not saying you can match it by selling. What I'm saying is that there will come a time when that ROI will go down because the money, it's not going to be worth the 100. You're going to have less and less money if you want to get rid of it. If you want to keep the rental forever, there's always going to be a need for rental. If you want to convert it, then you have to find the best time to convert it. I'm not proposing that you convert it and take that money and you can make the same amount of return. I'm not saying you can. Sometimes you can in other things. Sometimes you can't. But if you want to convert it, you have to pick a time to do it. And I'm just saying now's a good time to do it. Not necessarily a great time to do something else, but some people are retiring or they're changing their lifestyle or they're moving and they don't want an out-of-town rental. So that's what I'm saying. But Sharon, there are other places too where if you take money at the peak of the market, you can invest it in other areas of the country if you have an appetite for it, where the ROI would be much higher because you can buy more than one property with the gains from one property here. And again, you have to have the stomach for it. So I wasn't saying to that woman, oh, sell and take that money and go make that money somewhere else. I don't know if she'll make that money somewhere else. But sometimes there's something to be said about cashing out on something that you want, that you want to harvest. Sharon, there's nothing wrong with keeping rentals in your estate the rest of your life. If it's making you $1,500, and what do you think you could make right now, truly, in a sale, Sharon?
Well, it would probably sell for about $270.
Well, what do you? But that doesn't tell me anything. What would you actually make?
Well, it's paid for.
Oh, okay. But what is your basis? What is your basis?
I don't understand.
Well, dear, when you sell something for $270, you have a basis to subtract from it, like how much it cost and how much you put into maintenance, how much you put into repairs.
Depreciation?
Depreciation, yes. So you come up with a basis, and then you subtract it. You subtract it from your $270, and you come up with a gain. So how much did you pay for the house?
Well, I paid $135.
And did you depreciate it over 10 years?
Yes.
Did you depreciate it to zero?
That's my tax.
Well, see, okay. Well, then I can't tell you. But let's say that you come up with $200 and you pay 20% tax on it. I don't know. You're going to come up with something, and then you pay 20% tax on your long-term capital gain. And when you have your long-term capital gain tax, whatever you make, let's say you clear 180, 170, what are you going to do with the money? Well, some people don't care because they want to harvest that because they'll never get more than that for that property. But if you want to rent, there's nothing wrong with renting it because rents won't go down. Your equity might go down, but rents will either stay the same or go higher. So you could end up with a rental the rest of your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. It actually actually, a weird thing about it, as the value of your property goes down, your ROI goes up because, I mean, you have less money on the table, and it's still making the same amount of return. So if you want to be in the rental business, be in the rental business the rest of your life, if that's what you're doing. Thomas, go ahead. What did you want an opinion on what, sir?
Oh, I just had a comment on chiropractic.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
So I have gone to a chiropractor for years for lower back pain. I started when I was like in my teens, 19, pulled my back out. And, you know, it'd go out once a year, sometimes twice a year as I've gotten older. I'm 55. It'll go out, you know, 2-3 times a year, really bad. Last time I was out for a week. And I'd go to a chiropractor to get it fixed. Finally, I went to a physical therapist up here in northern Colorado who does not believe in chiropractic or massage therapy. He gave me some exercises to do, you know, did some manipulation, just pushing on things, on muscles and getting muscles to fire. And as long as I'm doing his exercises, I have not had a problem in over a year. And if it does start to feel like it's going out, I just stop, do those exercises, and I'm back up working again. So I was just kind of wondering what your opinion was.
I think there are plenty of things you can do to keep your back in shape where you don't need chiropractic all the time. I think that's absolutely firm. What do you think, Doc?
Yeah, it's also up to the chiropractor that you went to find what the real root cause of the issue is. If he's not addressing that and giving you things to maintain what you have to, you know, that's really important. If it's a muscle issue, you got to address the muscle and at least give some advice on how to prevent it from coming back.
All right, thanks.
So really, there's nothing wrong with staying in shape and not needing you, right?
Well, I think staying in shape and not needing me is
no, what
good.
I mean is, okay, are you saying no matter how you exercise and how you strengthen your core and your back, are you saying you will always need some kind of adjustment?
I feel like people are always going to need some sort of conservative care, whether it's a chiropractor or some other profession. I don't think everyone can, on their own, be able to be perfectly healthy. They
not
need
perfectly,
some
but what I'm talking about is going to a chiropractor regularly. I don't see that you always need that.
In my opinion, I think people benefit from chiropractic through a lifetime. I get adjusted every single week.
Okay, but are you telling me, because I don't agree, but it doesn't matter if we agree, you're the professional, do you think, no matter who you are, no matter how healthy you are, that you would need a chiropractic adjustment every week? And consider my words. I said need a chiropractic adjustment every week.
Right. I don't believe you would need one. I think
you're saying
the value,
benefit from it.
No, I think the big value is knowing when and when not to adjust as a chiropractor.
Okay.
So I've seen kids, for example, for months and months and months that I didn't have to adjust. I was just checking them.
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying, but you can always benefit if a chiropractor, a good one, sees a need for an adjustment.
100%.
Oh, you can always benefit.
If your body needs one at that time,
sure,
the adjustment's always going to make you improve your function of your body every time.
All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-825. Listen, I'm a believer in chiropractic, and it's hard for me to get in as much as I need to. But again, I think that there's certainly nothing wrong with doing your core and your body and keeping it healthy. I think muscle building, aerobic, and stretching are the 3 areas. And you can overdo any one of them, by the way. Too much muscle is not good. You can actually imbalance yourself. Dr. Mike was telling me how I can get imbalanced by I was doing too much of one. And another one is stretching. You can overstretch, hyperextend, right? And then you have aerobic. Well, I don't know if you can overdo aerobic. I don't think you really overdo it, but it gets to a point where you don't necessarily have benefit for it. I mean, you just do it. You might love it, but, it's overdone.
You can overdo yoga, I would guess.
Yeah, that's hyperextension. It can happen if you do it incorrectly, or Pilates. Oh, we have to take a quick break. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Fix It 24/7. This is the home of the famous $39.99 or $39.95 check of your home. No, it's just $39. What am I talking about? Just $39. That means you can get an expert to your home to find a problem, any problem, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, no matter how long it takes, just $39. Once they're there for that $39, they will give you a complete written report on the problem. If you decide to have the work done, fine, have it done. And they will credit you $77. You don't pay the $39, and you get $77 off. And you will never get a better value for the work done than Fix It 24/7. But here's the other deal. You're not obligated to have the work done. They can find it, write it up, and present it to you for just $39, and you can shop it around. That's right, Fix It 24/7. The website, fixmyhome.com, 303-526-39. I always say 303. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHAP.
Yeah, you weren't answering, so Tom said yes.
What?
If anything...
God, that is so funny. He bought an aftermarket warranty. Where is he? I'm going to bust his balls.
Now they said anything happens in the next 2 years, you bring it back and they'll give you...
Yeah, for more than 12% of the purchase.
So, I got a gold, and so I talked to him about...
How many of those things did it have?
He said the cords here are all the same.
Yep.
Those are different, and the cables are in there. They'll attach to the computer, and there's more than 8, so it's...
Those plugs are there, though, right?
They're there, but you will not use the same cables. There's new cables. He said they don't make them that way.
Okay.
Yeah. The
cables will fit. It sounds like it'll work.
Yep, he said it will, and it was $160 on sale for $89.95 with a $10 aftermarket.
What a rip! Can't believe he bought that.
Oh my gosh!
I can't believe he bought
I want Tom in here. I want to ask him if I can talk about the post office. 35 minutes, they had one person working. We started a support group. And then the guy leaves to go pick something up, and you hear them singing Happy Birthday in the back.
Oh, no.
So we all start singing Happy Birthday. And
post office is the worst.
well, and so then the guy said, I mean, oh my gosh, we were just playing off each other, talking. The guy laughed when I walked up. Tom, 35 minutes in line at the post office. We started a support group.
That's wrong.
I know, and so the guy said, when I finally got up there, he was laughing because we sang he went to the back to pick something up, and all of a sudden we hear everybody singing Happy Birthday back there. We're like, oh great.
Tom, Ryan Helms with Colorado Regenerative Health wants to talk to you because he doesn't appreciate you talking about his company on the air. He's going to be very transparent with you when you call him after the show.
Yeah, who is it? He can call me on the air. Tell him that's where I said
who is it?
Call me, and I'll let him on the air.
I will call him right now and tell him that.
But it's kind of a chiropractor.
He said he's been on the show before.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing fucking phony self-treatment.
Oh, one of those guys.
So yeah, we started a support group.
group, and we're going to send, I said, I'm going to send it in letterhead and everything. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely, one person working. So yeah, he went to the back. We heard them start singing happy birthday, so we all in line sang happy birthday. We're like, to the person who's not out front working.
People trying to solicit about adding to my office.
It was crazy. And then I stood 20 minutes in line at Microsoft.
How would you possibly keep up with
All right, so I think I did a good job.
You just don't do it.
You bought an aftermarket warranty.
I don't even understand. She's not being charged for practicing. She's not.
Because I meet with the person, I give them the benefit, and I have a conversation. If it's something I feel like
Is it
they might need,
something like you guys got?
Yeah, that's all she got was a letter. That's all she got.
Want that, they want me to sell it.
Yeah, it's
She said she had to shut down by a certain.
It doesn't say that at all.
Would she get a form letter?
The investigation is Kim Eichler's doing the investigation.
Is it really?
It's not clear if you have engaged. She's totally exaggerating.
What did they claim she did?
She's a mediator, a licensed, not a licensed, but a professional mediator. Which we had one that did divorces.
She had a complaint.
Yeah, that's all.
Ryan Helms is on line 1.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I did a commercial on stem cell therapy, and I always do this. I say, don't go for fake stem cell. Don't go for fake stem cell. Especially chiropractors who have fluid shipped in and claim to be giving you living stem cell treatment. And I said, such as, and I pick them out of the phone book, and I pick them off the internet. Dr. Ryan Helms was one of them in Castle Rock. He's on the air, and certainly people have 100% right to respond to anything I say ever. Go ahead, Ryan, or Dr. Helms. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, sir. Are you the same Dr. Helms I interviewed years ago about the far infrared therapy?
Yes, for the neuropathy treatment.
I love that therapy. It worked, and it was genuine.
Perfect.
What do you have to say? I guess you called.
Well, I heard it from somebody, so I wanted to.
Oh, here's what I said. Here's what I said. Don't go to lying, cheating chiropractors who tell you they're giving you living stem cell therapy when they have, I don't know about this particular one, but I'm sure I use the words most of the time, and I say, and they have fluid shipped in, and I say they call amniotic fluid stem cell therapy. It's not, and you're not getting true living stem cell therapy. You need to go to an MD. You need to go to an MD who harvests it at the time of the injection and re-injects it. And that's all I said. Right. In general, a roundabout way. I don't know if those were my exact words.
Sure. So there's multiple ways to get stem cell. Definitely amniotic is not a living tissue.
Right.
Amniotic tissue has been around for many decades. You know, they use it for...
Dr. Helms, let's do this, because I don't need to be educated in this, and neither does my audience. I'm going to ask you straight up. You advertise stem cell therapy. Do you do living stem cell therapy?
We do living stem cell therapy, and we actually use umbilical cord blood stem cell.
Okay. Where do you get it?
Livion is the company that we use.
And you have it shipped in?
It is shipped in.
Okay. I'm going to... Hold on.
Go ahead.
So you're telling me if I test the fluid prior to an injection, it's going to show massive amounts of living stem cells?
It will have massive amounts
of living stem cells.
Living stem cells. And it will have what's called mesenchymal stem cells. It'll also have what's called hematopoietic stem cells.
Okay. And they're living, and they are going to be effective stem cell treatment.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you want to bet? Do you want to make a bet? Literally a bet right now. Name your amount. 1,000, 100,000, 10,000, and we test the fluid that you get from into your place. Do you want to make a bet? On the air right now, public, we have it tested.
You want to test it?
Yes. And you're going to tell me that living stem cells, I'm not talking about one or two by mistake. You're talking about millions of living stem cells will be present in that fluid.
That's correct. And it's really not a fluid. It's a tissue.
Okay. So you are injecting now, how are you doing this under current FDA guidelines?
So under FDA guidelines, we have a full medical staff in our office.
That's wonderful.
We have a medical director. We've got a nurse practitioner.
So you have donors, literally donors, who give you that stuff right there in the clinic?
No, that stuff has to be donated through an AATB facility. So it's got to be an American Association of Tissue Banks.
So you're not working with Stem Cell Institute of America?
No.
I thought that's what your website said.
Does it say it on there?
I thought
now,
it did.
When we first started getting education on it, we were with them for about the first 3 months when we found out that they were doing the amniotic tissue, and we went away from the amniotic tissue.
Okay, so no, hold on. I want to tell you something. I have not heard of this umbilical tissue that you have in your office. I've not heard of it. You're talking about actual tissue that you have donated containing living stem cells, and it meets all the FDA guidelines.
That's correct.
Okay, and we're going to test it. You're going to allow us to test it.
Heck yeah, I want it done.
Good.
And that'll be good. And I'll let Livion
I bet Centeno Schultz would get it tested for us.
No, we're going to do it. We are absolutely going to do it.
Now, who you just mentioned there has done an article on Livion and had stated that there wasn't enough markers for the material. But then Da Vinci Labs and One Labs has done more research on this. And now with the umbilical cord blood, they're actually getting able to process that stuff within 27 minutes. So you're getting a 90% viability product.
Listen, if you're delivering living stem cells to people, that is what I'm concerned about. And I will...
Go ahead.
No, and you said you have a full medical staff, right? You have either nurse practitioners or what? Who do you have?
We have a nurse practitioner. We've got a medical director. We do diagnostic imaging with our injections.
Good.
Everything. So
okay, good.
Look at that.
Okay, listen.
That's what we're looking at.
Dr. Helms, I'm not going to steamroll you if you're telling me something that I hadn't heard about, but we're going to test it. Now, this umbilical cord tissue is definitely not amniotic fluid shipped in by these other places. It's not what stem cells, but I don't want people listening thinking, oh my God, Tom is endorsing it. I'm not. I'm investigating it. And I'm happy you called.
Investigate it. Make sure that when you're looking research articles and everything up, you can do it 2 ways.
No, we're going to have it tested. We're literally going to have it tested.
Sure.
Yeah, but he's already saying Centeno said it was phony baloney.
I don't care what Centeno says. We're going to have it tested. Centeno can say what they want too. But I don't mean I don't care what they say. What I mean is I want to see the results from a lab.
That would be great.
Good.
That would be awesome.
That is what I want.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll have it done. And you got to remember, this is not umbilical cord tissue. It is straight umbilical cord blood.
Well, whatever you say it is, we're going to have tested. Whatever you use.
Okay.
You use it and you inject it into people.
Where do we pick it up?
No, hold on. Yeah, well, we're going to make all those arrangements off the air, not to... but here, let me just say something. There's a guy named Mike Wham. Does that ring a bell?
Is that a clinic?
No, Mike, he said, I spent $14,000 with Ryan Helms. My wife had her hip and knee done. I had my neck done. After 3 months, no improvement. I would think 3 different treatments, at least one should have worked. It's a big... Okay, never mind. I don't want to read the rest. It's insulting. But do you recall these people? And by the way, I guess you can't tell me. You can't tell me anyway because... So here, I'm going to forward this email to you.
Okay.
All right? Because he wants you to know because he wants help. And then I'm going to take you up on it. I'm not going to say another word until I get this tested on that umbilical.
No, I think that'll be great.
All right. Suzanne, get his all his contact information, his cell and all that. We will do this. Right, Mark? We're going to do it.
I'm dying to see what Centeno has to say.
Great.
Honestly, he's the man. He's the pioneer. He's the real deal.
No, really. 303-713-TALK. Do I owe you something? Okay. Toby has a comment on Chiropractor Plus. I want to go back to Jaleka. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mispronounce her name. It's Jaleka about her practicing law without a license case. All of that coming up.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
There's a few slow spots.
I've never heard, hold on, I've never heard about this. I've heard about amniotic fluid. I've never heard about using cord blood.
Yeah, but you heard what he said. He said, well, Centeno, that name he just said, they're not going to like it.
But we're going to talk to him today. We'll find out.
So his website, he does something called stem cell banking, too. Look at that.
What's that mean?
He takes it from you and then saves it until you get so much.
Who does?
This guy here. That's just
Right. So then he's harvesting from
right, but that's one of the things he does. He doesn't mention in the thing the
Umbilical cord. In every article I've written, I have not heard of that.
Umbilical cord?
No, of the blood thing. That's the first.
Clint has done more research than any of us here.
I haven't heard of it either.
Well, maybe not more than me, but you went to several seminars and with Centeno Schultz.
I haven't heard of that either, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I mean,
you heard what he said, though. He uses umbilical cord blood.
Correct.
Yes.
And he said it was from Lavion.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to figure out
what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something halfway there. I don't
Maybe
know.
on Bell.
That's her. Or him. Oil's up 2%, guys. Where's the help?
It's up and up.
HCL wanted to keep going up. I would love $4 a gallon gas.
$12.32. Actually, from this low today, that's pretty good, man.
Why would you take it from a slow?
Because I bought everything at the exact low.
I'll ask you a question.
We're going to short Tesla again, by the way.
Yeah, right.
I wish I could bet someone that they're not going to be profitable. I wish I just could say that.
You mean this quarter? Or ever?
No, this next
I'll
quarter.
bet you on ever.
You don't think they'll ever be profitable?
No, I bet you they will be profitable at some point. I don't know if it'll be enough to sustain what they're trying to do.
Or will it be bought?
Well, this Chinese company, man.
Well, you bought the tractors. They're the same company.
They're not the same Chinese tractors.
So you got that venereal disease from the tractors.
What venereal disease did I get?
Gonorrhea.
That's right.
That's, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
He was dating a girl that had a secret
thought it was thumb.
Let me guess. She had an accident and they had to sew her big toes onto her hands. You want to hear something true and funny? Her brother.
What do you think about this umbilical cord?
Has those.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Jaleka, let me go back to you really quickly here. So I looked at this, and nowhere do I see where they're shutting you down, nor did I see that they made a determination. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Everything you sent me, all it was a letter saying an investigation was opened. It was assigned to someone, and they are not. In fact, they go so far as to say we have not made a determination whether you're doing it or not.
Yes, they've made a ruling, and I.
Where's the ruling, dear? Where is it?
The ruling is in my email. What I have to get permission first from is to make sure that I'm not doing anything illegal.
What are you talking about?
I'm not an attorney before I post certain things on the GoFundMe. If you read the GoFundMe, it said I can post any information that I'm allowed to. So today I'm going to get the information, if it is against the law, to publish the ruling that has people's names.
So wait, you already had your hearing then?
Yes, sir. Remember, I told you that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Send us the ruling.
I thought you were looking for an attorney because of the hearing. You were going to have.
Yes, you're right. I'm still looking for an attorney because there is a second pending. There's a case right now, which is 17 UPL 7.
I don't care about numbers, dear.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm just telling you now. There is 2 cases right now in the Supreme Court. Tomorrow, I go to the court for the hearing conference for a total different UPL charge. They continue to keep charging me with unauthorized practice of law because I'm not going to give up on my community. I told you, before I started this business, I made sure I contacted.
Give me an idea. Give me an example when you say you're not going to give up. What are you mediating? Give me an idea.
Disputes.
Look, give me one. Give me an idea, just in general, not names. Yeah.
Okay, just one dispute.
Like an example of one, yes.
Okay. The Commander Dudley.
I didn't need names. I don't need.
Oh, well, he doesn't mind.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't mind.
Commander Dudley.
Okay, Commander Dudley is a commander from the Aurora Police Department.
Okay.
And my community had issues with stops in the community. I asked Commander Dudley to come to my office at 1701 Chambers. I asked the community members that were making these complaints to also come so that we can sit down and basically get a resolution. Tell us what we can do to make it easier.
That sounds like a community activist. It doesn't sound like an attorney.
Well, they're saying that I have no right to provide mediation in its entirety.
Oh, come on. You can't get parties together to discuss differences?
They said that it is like a form of practicing law to handle any dispute and get a resolution.
What are you kidding?
Being an attorney. I'm telling you.
Come on. I want to know where is no, Juleka, that's what you're telling me. Where does where do they say that you're not allowed to settle any disputes unless you're an attorney? My God, if we depended on attorneys, we'd have nothing but disputes.
Okay, well, that's why I enlisted your help.
No, I'm asking Juleka, seriously. I'm not.
Do this.
Juleka, please listen to me. Please. Here's what I'm saying. People try to get me fired up by telling me what they're being confronted with. Okay. I find it hard to believe that anyone for the Oversight Committee said that by having a meeting between the police and community people that you were violating the law. I find that impossible to believe. Okay. So I want to
give you an example. You told
yes.
me to give
well, what,
you
okay.
one of the.
Right.
Okay, you said one.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear the
Juleka,
one that got the attention.
Juleka, so you went on to say that they said that anyone who tries to mediate a dispute and settle differences without a law license basically is breaking the law.
Yes.
I need to see where that's written to you. Where they said you're not allowed to mediate or try to settle disputes. That is not true at all. People do it all the time.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I do have proof. I would not enlist.
No, Juleka, I'm not saying you don't. I am not saying you don't have proof. I am asking to see where they wrote that to you so I can dispute it for you. Suzanne, you know what I need. I don't want her opinion of what they're doing. I want to see where they say, you're not allowed to have community meetings and settle disputes and do this or do that without a license. Come on. Joel, what's going on with you? You have a comment on this?
I do. I have personal experience with the unauthorized practice of law.
What kind of personal...
I was almost charged with it by the Colorado Attorney General's office.
For doing what?
If you go on the state website, you can find a catalog of forms that you can use for doing various legal things if you want to do it yourself.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you're talking with somebody and you show them that catalog and they say, oh, well, which form do I use?
You can't tell them. You can't tell them.
You cannot.
Right.
Telling them what form to use.
That's right, of course.
Unauthorized practice of law.
That's right. That's right. So what's the point?
Well, just that.
But if I had a meeting, hold on. If I had a meeting because let's say the superintendent of my building was, or the HOA, they were being real hard butts, and some of these residents thought they were being discriminated against, and we all wanted to have a meeting to air our differences. You're telling me I couldn't preside over that meeting without being an attorney? That's what she's telling me.
No.
Well, that's what she's saying. They're telling her.
What he's saying is interesting, though. So, if you direct someone to a small claims court, paperwork,
that's not true.
You're an attorney?
No, hold on. He didn't say that, Mark. What he said was, if you show them the catalog and they say, which form do I need, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, yeah,
because you're giving them advice.
Yes, that you can't be specific. But you can say, hey, take him to small claims court. Who the hell? Of course. I mean, now, I think it's wrong if you say, you take them to small claims court because they violated CRS so-and-so and so-and-so, and according to this, blah, blah, blah. No, I mean, look at it's giving legal advice. Now, a lot of attorneys would like to make that broad.
Back to this woman, though. If she actually, if she was found guilty of doing it like she claims she was, maybe they can bar her from mediation going forward.
Injunctive relief, it's called. Of course it is.
So that might be what we're looking at.
Toby, what's your quick comment? Go ahead, sir.
Hey, I've been accused of trying to practice law in the state, too. It's no big deal. Number two, there are doctors. If you need spinal manipulation, they're called osteopaths.
Of course, that's a combination thereof. And, of course, hardly any of them do adjustments anymore. But anyway, Dr. Mike Hederscheit, thank you for being here. Bright Light Chiropractic.
No one wants to get their sewer checked until it's too late. Don't be one of those people. Call Alpha Omega Sewer and Drain to make sure you're
Doesn't matter what I throw in.
I gotta tell you, this was a crazy show. This thing about stem cell therapy.
I send people forms on the small
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Well, no, what do you...
Tell them to go online.
If it's PD 250 or whatever, that's just the instructions. It's not even the form.